Morning Show Facebook page. And as always, keep the conversation going throughout the show. If you like anything, if you don't like anything, if you want to taste anything, recreate anything, let us know on social media and we'll get back to you. But right now, let's get the ship out of port and set sail for a beautiful show. And Jamie's got the news details.
Thank you so much, G. I'll start on the national front. South African pear growers have finally gained entry to the Chinese market and will soon begin exporting pears there for the first time ever. Last week, the Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, together with the Chinese government, signed the pear protocol 6 years since South Africa began exporting apples to China. Hortgrow, the governing body of the South African deciduous fruit industry, said it had experienced tremendous growth in exports to other Eastern nations and was happy to now also supply Chinese consumers with South Africa's delicious pears. Then staying on the local front, Parliament says it has successfully carried out its mandate this year after 22 of the 25 bills were passed. Now, this includes legislation dealing with gender-based violence. The first priority next year is to amend the Electoral Act. Now, this comes after the Constitutional Court ruled that independent candidates could stand in national elections. The Con Court also gave government a deadline of June next year to make these amendments. A spokesperson for Parliament, Mutapo, said the bill will be submitted early next year. Then looking on the international front, a government minister in Madagascar swam for about 12 hours to safety after his helicopter had crashed at sea during a rescue mission. 2 security officials traveling with him in the helicopter also survived. The team had been scouting an area in the northeastern part of the country where a passenger boat had sunk. At least 39 people succumbed in that accident. On Twitter, President Andry Rajoelina mourned those who died and also paid tribute to Gal and the 2 other officers who arrived in the seaside town of Mahambo separately. Then staying on the international front, French First Lady Brigitte Macron is set to take legal action over an internet conspiracy theory that she is a transgender woman and was born male. She has been targeted on social media with the false claims, and a lawyer for Macron, who is the mother of 3 adult children from her first marriage, confirmed she would be taking action. The lies about the 68-year-old have been spread by accounts opposed to her husband, President Emmanuel Macron, including those on the political far-right anti-vaccine groups and from the QAnon conspiracy movement. And then, have you ever wondered where Santa resides? Well, Rovaniemi in Finland is currently visited by thousands of tourists from across the world. And the reason? Well, the picture-perfect Arctic village is Santa Claus' headquarters and where his reindeer are trained. Now, here you find a multilingual Santa conducting important day-to-day business of meeting thousands of adoring fans and spreading, of course, that general Christmas cheer. Now, some 500,000 visitors flock there every single year. Kids can buy a certificate with his signature and a picture with him as proof that they met the only real Santa in the world. However, for those who can't make the trek to Finland, there's always letter writing. Every year, more than 500,000 children write letters to Santa's official post office. It's a real functioning post office with a special Arctic Circle postmark. To date, the village has received mail from 198 different countries, but the ultimate thrill is a reindeer sleigh ride with the man in red himself. So, if you've been a good girl or a boy, you may even see Santa on Christmas Eve delivering his gifts all the way from Rovaniemi in Finland. On that bright note, that is where I leave your 6 o'clock news headlines. I will be back on the top of the hour. Graham is standing by with a first look at the sports.
Thanks so much, Jamie. Let's start with local football. Kaizer Chiefs, they claimed a 2-0 win over Maritzburg United in one of the 6 PSL matches that played out yesterday. This victory moving Amakosi up to 3rd place in the league standings as they ended the year with 3 wins from the last 4 games played. Then Stellenbosch, they started the day's action with a dramatic 1-0 win over TS Galaxy. Chippa United and Sekhukhune United, they played out to a 0-0 draw, while Golden Arrows fought back to hold Swallows to a 2-2 draw. Then Baroka FC, they edged out Royal AM 1-0 as they ended their 12-match winless run in the division. In Supersport United, they beat a 10-man Cape Town City in a 5-goal thriller. And staying with footballing news, back into cup action as Liverpool came from 2-0 down and 3-1 down to beat Leicester on penalties to advance to the final 4 of the League Cup. So the Foxes scored the first 2 goals inside the first 15 minutes before Oxlade-Chamberlain brought one back for the hosts. Then James Maddison restored the second goal cushion before half-time. Then Diogo Jota, he made it to 3-2 before Takumi Minamino. He netted the equaliser in the 95th minute to take it to penalties. Coleman Kelleher then saved 2 spot kicks to see his side through to the semis. Much more straightforward for Chelsea, who beat Brentford 2-0. Spurs, they joined their London rivals Arsenal in the semis by beating another London rival, getting some revenge there 2-1 in the form of West Ham. The semi-finals will still see Liverpool face Arsenal and then Chelsea tackle Spurs, an all-star affair. Then he is number 1, or top at Christmas, as they say. We turn to cricketing action now. Australia's Marnus Labuschagne has displaced England captain Joe Root to claim the world's number 1 test batter spot. Following his incredible run of big scores in the ongoing Ashes series at home, the South African-born batter has scored his 6th test century and followed it up with a 51 in the second test in Adelaide to help Australia take that 2-0 lead in the 5-match series against their arch rivals. The 27-year-old, who started the ongoing series ranked 4th, scored 74 in the hosts' opening win in Brisbane, and then his average of 62.14 is second only to the famous Don Bradman's legendary mark of 99.94 among those who have batted in 20 innings or more. And then some interesting news off the track already in Formula One, as Mick Schumacher will combine his race seat at Haas in 2022 with a role as Ferrari's reserve driver. The 22-year-old German will share the Ferrari reserve position with former Alfa Romeo driver Antonio Giovinazzi, and Giovinazzi will then assume the role for 12 races, while Schumacher will fill in the other 11 when the Italian is racing in the Formula E. And Schumacher's race seat at Haas would then be taken by Brazilian Pietro Fittipaldi if the German was needed by Ferrari. And in case you didn't know, if a reserve driver stands in for the regular driver if they are unable to race. But Schumacher and Ferrari being combined again, that's definitely newsworthy. And that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Let's get our first take on our Thursday morning weather.
Thank you so much, G, for that sports update. Some sad news on the weather front is that a massive hailstorm in KwaZulu-Natal yesterday led to the N3 highway near Pietermaritzburg being blocked off, and road users were advised to drive with caution. The heavy hail during the thunderstorm lasted for about half an hour, damaging vehicles. Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Department spokesperson Senzelwe Mzila said due to the hailstorm, widespread incidents had been reported in Pietermaritzburg and surrounding areas. He said disaster management teams had been deployed to conduct assessments and provide necessary relief to the affected. Meanwhile, a yellow level 2 warning was issued for disruptive rain over the eastern parts of the Eastern Cape and in places over KwaZulu-Natal, resulting in flooding of roads, settlements and low-lying areas, traffic disruptions, as well as danger to livestock and livelihoods. Of course, our thoughts and prayers are with all those affected by these crazy weather conditions. Then from weather news to sunrise views, we of course have the regular sunrise images shared by the Expresso Facebook page to showcase. Starting us off this morning is Martin Pavkovic from Amanzimtoti, who started off this morning with this peaceful view overlooking the ocean before many others seem to be up and about. The perfect time to just appreciate the beauty of the earth. Another regular coming through this morning is Nancy Govender from Pennington, who captured a somewhat overcast morning, showing off some stunning rays of light that is cast by the sun from behind the cloud cover. That is how you start your Thursday. And thank you so much for sending that through on our Facebook page. We'd love to see it. So keep them coming. Expresso Morning Show on S3. But right now, let me get you geared up for this Thursday and start you off with those temperatures. Now, if you are out and about in Polokwane, do expect a low of 16 that will peak at 28. If you do find yourself in Umbombela, do expect a range of 19 to 28 as well. Pretoria, for you, it is a minimum of 19 that will peak at 27. And for you, Johannesburg, Johannesburg, thunder showers are expected today with a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 24. Mahikeng, sunshine is coming your way on this Thursday with a low of 13 and a high of 29, as well as for you, Klerksdorp, it is a minimum of 13 that will peak at 30. Kimberley, 14, 27. Bloemfontein, if you're out and about, your low is 12 with a high of 24, as well as Richards Bay can expect rain today that will range from 19 to 26. Rain is also coming your way today, Pietermaritzburg, with a minimum of 15 that will peak at 21. And if you do find yourself in South Africa's playground today, Durban, your range is 20 to 24. Mthatha, for you, it is 14 and 19. East London, 16, 19. And then thunder showers are expected in Craddock today with a range of 13 to 21. Gqeberha, for you, 16, 20. George, 15, 17. And then the mother city, Cape Town, ranges from 17 to 24 today. Worcester, 15, 25. Sutherland, 10, 20. And then last but definitely not least, Uppington, ranging from 18 to 29. Well, whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, make sure it is a feel-good kind of day indeed.
And we'll do our part with some incredible performances that'll hopefully get you into that festive spirit. We have got Link Worship in the house this morning. They're going to be performing just for you. Then Grant Hines is here. We're going to be getting into a new Call of Duty edition and some of the insane tech that you might just see in the Matrix Revolutions. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back, everybody. Yes, this is your feel-good breakfast show on this Thursday, and it's time to meet our performers for the day. Now, one of the best parts of expressing our spirituality is doing it through praise and worship. And for Link Church, located on the coast in Ballito, KwaZulu-Natal, I almost feel like it's my hometown, and it's a worship branch, Link Worship. This is one of their main focuses. Now, they recently endeared themselves to the nation with a unifying song for the nation called Home, Ikhaya Lethu. Take a listen to this.
We see the colors of our land. Whoa, people, Masi Bambaneni. With one voice, every nation, tribe, and tongue will sing again. With every breath, we're breathing in the beauty of our land. With one sound, we're moving to the rhythm of this.
Oh, wow. Goosebumps galore. Now, Ash, who is the creative director for Link Church, as well as JD, not Jamie Domberg. No, who serves as the worship leader, are on the couch to share more about the music. So let's give them a warm, feel-good welcome, everybody.
Yes. Thank you,
All the way from Ballito.
Oh,
I know, right?
sunny coast.
I know.
Beautiful.
It's so nice to have you here. Ash, maybe I'll start with you. Just watching that is goosebumps. Just to be able to use your voice on a platform like this, but it's also all about, that is what your church is about. Link Church is all about creating this platform to use the arts and connect, but still do it in a praise and worship way. So tell us about that.
So we have a crazy creative team. They are exceptional, and our leaders, Dill and Tess, are also super, super creative people, and they're always pushing us to use creativity, use your gifts, and inspire people. Like, at the end of the day, that's what we get to do. And so whether it's film, videography, I mean, that's our own film crew that shot that music video from Link. We've got incredible photographers, designers, dancers, and then of course our band as well. And so creativity is just, it's a big, wild, messy adventure at Link. And yeah, we love it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We do.
I can imagine just seeing like your faces light up when you speak about these projects. And I mean, for you as well, JD, you and Ash work so close on these songs. I mean, you guys have 2 songs, Home, Rain as well. Ash, you did the lyrics for that. But how do you guys find the balance in this to create music but still keep true to your values and the core?
Yeah, well, I mean, the last 2 years have been uncertain, and for us, we just felt we have so much we want to express in music. So what these last 2 years have been is just putting that into song, putting it into music. So with a song like Rain, for us, you know, Jesus is the only stable thing, the only anchor to life. So we wrote the Rain with that in mind, and then with the song Good, I know Ash went through her own journey, and kind of it just shows the vulnerability, and like we pray that it just brings a sense of like we're all in this together. And so it's been cool. So finding the creative balance.
Oh, have we found that yet?
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, like what we do is a gift from God. We believe it's a gift from God, so we open-handed with what we create. So I mean, I'll come with a song, but then the team get to kind of collaborate on that and take it to where it kind of gets to. So.
But I guess that is why it's so beautiful, and this is why it resonates with so many people, because it really is your testimony. It's about sharing your truth with so many people and doing it obviously to glorify God in all of that as well. And I mean, for you, Ash, a big moment for the group is being able to put a music video to Ekhaya Lethu or Home as well. You guys had some great people on there. Majosi was part of it as well. That must have been amazing to put that out there and put your work out there and have so many great local artists collab with you on this.
Absolutely. Like Ekhaya Lethu was birthed during lockdown, and in a season of everyone being isolated, we really just wanted to create an anthem for South Africans to say, you know what, community matters, our diversity matters, and there was no better way to do that than to collaborate with people who believed in the bigger picture as well. Madge was actually is a Link boy. He was birthed in our Link worship band.
I like it going on that
family. So, we got to work with some incredible people who all feel like family, that just believe in the bigger SA story, and it's just breathing life into it. And so that was Ekhaya Lethu, and it's been incredible to see it come to life.
But Ekhaya Lethu takes you really on this journey. It has these deep vocals. Tell us the inspiration behind it.
Yeah, I mean, we live in such a diverse country, and often we find that guys say that they're colorblind. And we actually like to say we see color, in the sense we see people's differences and we celebrate that. So when it came to the song, we really wanted to bring that to the forefront, that this country is beautiful in all its differences, black, white.
There's a lyric, I see you, you see me, and the beauty lies in our diversity. And this song is just about seeing each other, actually. And it goes on a journey, but I think if you've ever traveled anywhere and you hear a song that makes you feel like, oh, that feels like SA, we wanted that song to feel like this. A song that sounds like home, that feels like home. Ekhaya Lethu makes you think, I'm so proud to be South African right now. And that's what it was.
I'm smiling. Like, I'm smiling on the inside, I'm smiling on the outside as well. This is beautiful. Where to next? Where do you see Link Worship take to 20? I know it's difficult to say because we always try to say, oh, this is what I'm going to do in 2022. But obviously we want God to ordain our footsteps. But where to next?
Yeah, 100%. I think for us, the beauty of what we've gone through, we've realized collaboration is such a beautiful thing. And just meeting people, even being on the Expresso show, we're just so happy to be here. Thank you for the privilege of being here.
Thank you for waking up so early.
It's nice and early, Cape Town.
We're up with the waves.
Such a beautiful city. We love Cape Town. But we really just want to see that collaborative effort keep growing, and then next year we're really planning to
release a new album next year. So we start recording during December, and then
1 year at a time, just see where it goes.
Claim it. JD, Ash, thank you so much for joining us this morning. They have amazing performances from the Link Worship team here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, so don't go anywhere. Stick around just for that.
Feeling very positive after that and a little bit hungry, but I'm going to now reveal an amazing produce to you. So here's an interesting fact that you might not have known, that cowpeas were domesticated in Africa, and in fact are one of the oldest crops ever to be farmed. And today we're going to use these ancient native African beans to make a delicious African bean salad, packed full of vitamins with minerals and essential fatty acids. This is kind of a super salad, if you will, perfect addition to the festive feast to just cut through all the heavy dishes, just like Michaela cuts through all my heavy conversation. Well, I said goodbye to you yesterday.
I know, we cried. It was great.
We did. We cried.
Yeah.
We kind of did the weird COVID embrace. We were like, and then you're back. And
then
we're so
I'm here
happy
to do
have you.
African-themed food day.
And we love it, man. I had no idea that this was a cowpea. I thought it was a black-eyed pea.
I thought they were black-eyed peas.
Ah, so it's
Half and
actually
half,
a bean.
though. They are half and half in there.
Okay.
They kind of look like black-eyed peas, though.
They
so
really
I'm sorry
do.
to anyone who I offend, but like I really
This is
don't
the
know the
trick, eh?
difference.
So these beautiful little cowpeas have been, in fact, they were domesticated here in Africa, and we've been farming them for the oldest time. This might be one of the oldest crops in existence, which is really cool.
Do you think the one, because the one definitely looks more like a creamy color, and the other one's more of like a beige. You can
Male
see
and
there's
female.
a slight
No, it's male and
difference.
female. No, it's not.
No,
That's not. That's
I
not a
was
real
literally
thing. That's not a
gonna
real.
be-
You don't get a sex in beans. These are delicious. They are super healthy. We are adding some amazing little textural elements here. Lots of crunchy bits as well.
I love a bean salad.
Yeah, man. Because it's
Yeah.
got to have. What's key to a bean salad then? Explain that to me. Beans. Okay, we've ticked that box.
A tangy dressing of sorts.
Tangy, a bit of zing, 100%.
Yeah. Spice. Always
Spice,
need
a bit of
some
spice,
chilies.
okay.
Yeah.
Crunch.
Crunch.
Got to have texture.
But also the beans need to be cooked correctly. Yeah,
okay.
you don't want them raw.
No, exactly. And you want to be able to harness all the benefits from all of these amazing foods. So if you're kind of in a whole food phase of life, this is a great thing to go to. Okay,
Yeah.
you are mixing our zingy sauce as you will. What have you combined and are about to combine with our Be Well canola and olive oil blend?
Dijon mustard.
Lovely.
Honey.
Lovely.
Some white wine vinegar.
Beautiful.
Salt, pepper. And then you want to emulsify it, but I don't know if I'm going to get to a stage where it emulsifies
Okay.
right now. I would say put it in a blender, actually, because...
Yeah, that's what hand blenders are for. I
Yeah.
thought, is to emulsify stuff.
Yeah. So you want to go faster than this, but like...
Like 1,000 times faster.
It's like 6
basically.
o'clock in the
So
morning, like
basically,
US time.
It's humanly impossible to emulsify at 6:15 in the morning.
No.
But you're giving it a good go. Okay, no, we get it in principle. And
Okay.
again, that's your flavor balance here. That's going to elevate the flavors of all of these individual things into a crescendo. Okay, so
Exactly.
into our beans goes...
So we have a green pepper.
Nice.
Always love some green pepper. Cucumber.
I might have gone for like a yellow and red pepper. I seem to prefer.
Do you know the difference between
Nothing.
the peppers?
Absolutely nothing?
It's just
Colour.
the stages of ripeness.
Oh, really?
It's all the same thing, but the different colors of the peppers are like how ripe it is.
Oh, goodness, you've just blown my mind.
I also found that out and I was like, this is great.
First, the cowpea, black-eyed pea revelation of
Yes.
2021, and now this. And we've got some beautiful corn.
We do.
And that, I suppose, brings the sweets as well. So there we've got the sweet, sour, savoury mix. You've got that with a bit of
And we have some
added
peanuts.
texture.
The nut option for this was Bambara nuts.
Okay.
But we
Aren't
couldn't get our
that
hands on
easy
them.
to find.
Yes.
Okay. So, note to self, if you can get your hands on a bag of Bambara nuts, do it. And then go and rush out and get yourself some beans and create.
Would you like to slice some of those
What sort of
tomatoes
size? Yeah,
in-
yeah, for sure.
in half?
In half.
Oh, okay, so you chose the horizontal plane.
Wow, okay. I was going to do it in threes, actually. But
And then if you could also just do a quick quick chop on some of the parsley and the mint we have
ooh,
there.
mint, nice. I'm using mint more and more in things now, like in a smoothie, how much it elevates.
What other flavor profile do you use in your smoothie, though?
So there, apple
Okay.
and mint and ginger work
Cucumber?
superbly well. Cucumber would work really, really well. It's nice. It kind of takes the edge off the sweetness of like an apple or something like that. There we go. Grab it.
COVID stretch.
Go, do it.
Whoops.
That looks beautiful. It looks wholesome and it looks filling. I love it. And of course, we've introduced a little bit of Be Well as well into the mixture. And what I love is you get the beautiful flavor profile of the olive oil, all the health benefits of the combination of the canola and olive oil, and a beautiful taste at the end of the day, which is what it's all about.
Forgot the parsley.
I literally forgot the parsley, by the looks of it, Italian parsley. If you want to create this kind of, I'm going to call it the most ancient of salads.
Lovely.
Please go to
You could add an ancient grain to that.
You really could, eh? And some mint we're going to add just because we're bougie. But please go to expressoshow.com. You can find all of our recipes there. And this one, I think, is going to be perfect for the summer heat that we're experiencing. Michaela, you're a genius. So here's the good news, guys. Be Well is encouraging you to live a healthier lifestyle. And they are rewarding you for making those right choices. So they are giving away one 10,000 Rand grocery, 10 grand. Grocery voucher, and then 4 1,000 Rand grocery vouchers between now and the end of February 2022. So if you want to put yourself in the running to win one of these cool prizes, then simply buy a product in the Be Well olive range, then direct message your name and your till slip to Be Well's Facebook, and you can find all the terms and conditions and those details on bewellfoods.co.za. Can I drift across and taste it quickly?
100%.
Yay. Okay, I'm going to just dress it. Just
it was already dressed, but I mean, you can go for more gold.
I don't have an actual fork, so I'm using the serving spoon. Excuse
Look
me.
how big it is.
That's disgusting, I know, but oh, look, it looks beautiful. A little bit of everything. Hey?
Zing.
And that mint really does finish it off. Absolutely beautiful. This African explosion of flavor with this very humble little African bean is yours if you go to expressoshow.com. I'm going to have another little taste.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yep, a new year, a new Call of Duty. We like the sound of that. Call of Duty Vanguard is the latest Call of Duty and is getting mixed opinions, which kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
Are you a Call of Duty fan?
I am. I think it was one of the first games that I got really kind of hooked on. It's just intense and it's cool. Haven't played it in a while, though. I'm probably about 2 or 3 iterations behind this. What side of the fence do you sit on, my friend? Are you excited about this game? Are you happy about it?
I'm kind of a
where's the
mixed
shade?
bag.
Where's
I'm kind of a mixed bag because I love Call of Duty, you know, and also every year there's always a new Call of Duty. I always say, you know, it's death, taxes, and Call of Duty. It's always inevitable.
And FIFA, yeah.
But, yeah. And FIFA. and FIFA. So obviously we're going to be getting one. But I feel that there needs to be a little bit more with Call of Duty at the moment. It's fighting a fight against so many other games that are just taking our attention, like Fortnite. It's even got its own Warzone, which is a big multiplayer map that allows you to go do, you know, like the battle royale style stuff, which is very cool. But I want to see more out of Call of Duty. And now we're sitting at a stage where Call of Duty is set in World War II, which is which is great. It's a cool setting, but I'm kind of bored of that setting.
Yeah.
You know, they always were in World War II. So if you are a
Castle Wolfenstein, man, we've been there, bro.
yeah, Castle Wolfenstein, of course. And there was Call of Duty World War II, which was, I think, the definitive Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah.
But they've tried to do something a little bit different to this.
Okay.
And you can see here, look, it's now in Hamburg, 1945. The whole
It's a tense time in
It's
Hamburg.
very cinematic. They've gone back to the Call of Duty roots. It's a very short game. But what they've done is they've taken the motif of Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, wow.
Which is quite cool. So you have this team of people that are like, look how great the new engine looks. It looks absolutely incredible. And you play this squad of players that are inside this new world, and obviously a little bit undercover during World War II, which is very cool. So anyway, so that's the new motif. But look at the weather effects. It's really gorgeous.
Did you
It's
just
really
shoot your own guy?
No. These guys are sneaking onto this train, and I just wanted you to see the background there.
Absolutely beautiful.
it's-
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, we're about to take this train, but Call of Duty is not Call of Duty without a multiplayer.
Okay.
Which is obviously the single player campaign is great. It's usually about 5 hours. I used to have this ritual because I've been doing this video game thing for reviews. I've been doing since like 2008.
Wow.
I'm old, but I used to have this ritual
Well,
where
and you
like
started young, yeah.
I love Call of Duty. So I would go, when Call of Duty came out, it would mark the end of the year for me. It'd just be like near the beginning of November. I would take that day off. I'd close the curtains. I'd get the game early in the morning, and I'd spend the day playing the campaign and finishing it. I just haven't had that, like, you know, energy for this one, which is really sad.
Man, I hope, well, look, you've got a lot going on in your life at the moment, okay? So don't be too hard on yourself. It might just be there. But I like the fact that it's gone a slightly different route here, the fact that you can play with this, a bit more story behind it, but ultimately, as you say, it's got to deliver. This is a game that creates so much pressure. Your mate's got to achieve what he's got to achieve. You've got to achieve what you've got to achieve to get the mission done. It's tense. They create an atmosphere with this game because of the style of gameplay. Yeah, the image is great, but it's the way that you play, the fact that you're on this knife edge the whole time. Do they achieve that same intensity?
They do. I think one of the shortcomings is actually a movie storytelling shortcoming. There's too many characters. And Call of Duty it's very character driven in general because all the characters are involved. But I don't necessarily play for the character stories. I want to play for the set pieces. It's an action movie for me. I want to play the action movie. So it's a little bit disappointing where they're trying these cool stories, but they just don't hit it because there's too many people. I wish they stuck with one or two characters that meant something instead of this whole team of people. The multiplayer, though, I think is quite fun. They've got a new mode called Champion Hill, which is, it's kind of like Modern Warfare had a mode called Gunfight, which was 2v2, like short, like small arena-based thing. But now they've done that, but there are 12 teams, and you kind of spawn in and watch your opponents play, and you share your lives with your friend. So you've got to be like talking to your friend the whole time and having like great communication.
Cool, man.
So that is a cool way to play. Like if you've got family members, like family members who play Call of Duty on Christmas split screen, that is a great way to do this. So yeah, we'll see what how you feel about Call of Duty and the additions it brings to Warzone, because I think a lot of South Africans who are watching this are playing Warzone, which is the free version.
Okay.
And then there's some benefits to buying this game on top of it, but I don't know if those benefits are as compelling to that core community as
to warrant them spending that money. There's word of a franchise-first, universe-expanding zombies crossover. What on earth?
So Zombies is a mode in Call of Duty that I actually don't like. I'm not a fan of the zombie stuff. It's boring to me, but it's a map where there are waves of zombies that come and you and your friends must kind of survive, and they get more and more challenging and the map opens up. But they've kind of created this lore around it, so there's this weird story. I was in Germany a couple of years ago, and David Hasselhoff was a part of it, the story, so I got to meet David Hasselhoff and chat to him about it. There's usually like some form of celebrity that's involved in that storytelling. It's always this weird, it gives them the liberty to do something like wild. So they've got all these different like zombie narratives, and they've now made sure that they've kind of gonna cram them all together. So fans of zombies are very excited. Zombies is a part of the Call of Duty thing that I don't really
Maybe it sounds like that they've tried almost to do too much across too broad a spectrum, rather focus on what the game does really well. Out of 10?
I give it a 7 out of 10. It's Call of Duty. It's for Call of Duty.
It gets a Christmas 7 out of 10. We absolutely love it. We love you, Guy. We love the fact that you're so emotionally invested in these games. Maybe once you've spent a full day playing it, you'll feel a little bit different. But that is the latest Call of Duty Vanguard, out now. Perfect for a Christmas stocking.
It's full fun and games, everybody, but tomorrow is Christmas Eve. It's another eventful year that it's done. Now, here's the thing. Maybe you don't know what to get yourself yet for the big day. Well, our fashion and beauty editor, Miss Nox Mafu, she's here to tell us all about how you can jazz up those last-minute styling advices as well. So, Nox Mafu, thank you so much. It is time to shine. I feel like I wasn't ready for it. I knew Christmas was coming.
But it's here.
It's here. It's 2 days away.
2 days away, absolutely.
Girl, some people haven't even bought their Christmas outfit yet.
Oh my gosh.
I'm that last minute shopper because I got Lucas sorted now. You obviously came around with advice for how to shop for our little ones. But now it's time for us.
Yes, it's time for you to shine.
Give us advice, girl. Give us advice.
Well, I think, you know, if you're going to buy them now, most important thing is to make sure you get something that you can wear again. So there's no point in kind of like draining your money in something that you won't wear again. And I think the beautiful thing about this range is that they're statement pieces, like your sequence pieces, which you'll find more closer to you, or kind of your silk tops, which you could maybe, or shirt, which you could pair with denims, or you could pair with some linen pants, depending on the energy that you have. Because we have such a beautiful sunny summer, I think a lot of people are going to be wearing dresses or spending time in the garden. So what I love here is, especially for the guys, is to go with like a golf shirt, pair that with some chinos, and then a tailored blazer just to add that little bit of edge to it. So that sense of occasion is still there, but it's still stuff that you can just add jewelry, or you can add shoes, and it'll really change it around.
Here's the thing, you want to be comfortable as well, because obviously we're going to be feasting.
Yes, you need space.
Space as well. But what if you wanted to just repurpose an old outfit that you have? Because I have so many of these key pieces from the Time to Shine collection as well, and now I just want to bring it out and maybe just change it up a bit.
Absolutely. So that's the versatility of just styling, right? And really good styling. It's about understanding how you can add a pair of sneakers, for instance, in your look, for instance. Like, this is something that someone could wear to go to a meeting. But to take it for the Christmas edge, we could add some sneakers just to give it that casual look. There's some beautiful gold sneakers with a bit of a sparkle that give it that sense of occasion. But really, really such an easy thing. And the linen makes it easier, right? So if you wanted to take off the blazer or to just have it over your shoulder, you can do something like that. Add a little bit of jewelry to give it a bit of edge. So I would probably add a little bit more gold nuance there. For the guys, I definitely let, you know, chill in chinos, chill in some shorts. But then, of course, if mom is very difficult and wants it to be like a really, you know, momentous occasion, you can add really a great blazer such as this to give it that bit of edge. So it's about how you style it, putting pieces together in different ways, and you'll get more for your money.
I'm actually so obsessed. I forgot that I even changed because it was so comfortable. But I really love this boss suit. Linen is also just as... It's one of those things you can never go wrong with.
Absolutely.
Perfect for the summer season.
Yes.
That being said, what are you actually wearing for? Have you even shopped yet?
So I shop for everyone else, and I spend so much time doing that I don't. But because I love a little bit of drama, I can totally see myself adding a little bit of a sparkle. You know, the dress that you can see somewhere here is something I'd lean towards because I just love the detail. But if I need to keep it a little bit more casual, I might be catching on some linen with you.
Sunday's best. That is Sunday's best. That's you're coming to church like, hey, everybody.
I'm here to say Jesus.
Hallelujah. Hi to Jesus.
Absolutely.
What trends do you think is going to be very big for Christmas?
I think the big thing for most people is to focus on comfortability. We've been spending so much time at home. I don't think we ever want to lose that sense of ease and movement. So it's your flowy dresses, also your matching sets, which again speak to the versatility that you're looking for as a last-minute shopper at this stage. And I also think that people must not underestimate that these pieces are great for gifting ideas. If you found that you've taken a bit long and you need to get something for someone, I mean, there's such incredible classic pieces, even for the guys, that will last way past the festive season and make sure that they're set for work, for meetings, and all of that stuff that's coming up in the new year. So
for sure, play around. Buy it now for Christmas, you can use it well into 2022.
Exactly.
Santa's little helper is here. He's going to step in to show us his look because he's transformed as well. He's ready, so the gentleman is ready. G-Man, are you with us?
is he with us?
No, he's
wow.
not with us. It's Santa's helper's taking a bit of time to get ready,
okay.
but I'm sure he would look great in any of these pieces.
Absolutely.
Actually, I'm leaning more towards, you know, those blue pants,
Yes.
even with his golfer t-shirts as well, because it'll just pair so beautifully.
And that's the joy of it. I think for someone as relaxed as G, you know, you could have him in something like that, and he would look absolutely incredible. Whether it's a shirt or a golfer, you know, these things work out all the time.
Well, there you have it, everybody. Well, no, Santa's helper did come in.
Wow.
He came all the way from Antarctica just to show you his look for today.
We're
so,
so
G-Man,
blessed.
we're so blessed. Really, we are so
highly
blessed. So
blessed.
thank you so much.
What?
Ooh.
What? What?
Who is this cool dude?
Wow.
Thank you very much. It's lovely, man.
It's very cool, hey? And so this is kind of what we're speaking about. Like, if you need to make it a little bit more formal, we've added the blazer. But for a more relaxed look, he's got the sneakers, he's got the jeans, and we add that shirt, and all of a sudden, it is just, like, so versatile.
I'm ready.
You ready?
You're supposed to be over, but now I feel like it's ready to get
ready
back
to
into action.
sport it
Please
up.
give us a twirl, G, because honestly, I am living for this look.
Wow.
Even the shoes down to the sneakers.
It's classy,
It's
it's
playful,
relaxed.
classy. Yeah.
And this
You're
is
right.
heavy.
It's not too over the top or too formal, but it's got an edge. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's for Christmas. We're saying, you know, thanks for the year. But I mean, what a beautiful way to do it. And I think you could wear this in the rest of your life, you know, from next year.
Thank you, Santa's little helper. You've had your time to shine now. It's
So can I
time for you
keep
to
it?
walk out. You can
Is
go
that what
change.
you're
You
saying?
can go change.
That's my gift to you. Merry Christmas.
Knox, thank you so much. You are the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you for that last-minute advice for getting us ready for Christmas. Blessed Christmas to you and your family as well. Enjoy it. And I'm sure send us pictures of what you're going to look like, because I'm sure you're going to look fabulous, girl.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah, Mzansi, well, you can, of course, shine bright this festive season. Shop the Time to Shine collection at Woolworths. Of course, it is available in-store, online, or on the Woolies app. And Merry Christmas to all of you.
A promise to the planet to tread lightly, to act with care, to think of the future, to appreciate nature, to shop more sustainably. Woolworths, the difference.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're still live with Expresso. Now, Hyundai, they recently got into a very festive spirit with their new Bedford dealership, beautifully wrapped up entirely as a gift.
Now, friend of Expresso, Harmony, joined in the reveal festivities to find out the reason behind the gifting. Take a look at this.
South Africa has wrapped up their Bedford View dealership as a giant Christmas present with the intent to bring back the magic this festive season. It's all for a good cause, and so I'm here to join in on the celebration. Hashtag Happy Hyundai Holidays. Rachel, what's happening here at Hyundai Bedford View?
So we're here today for the official handover of some food items to the Snake Park Community Relief Project. Also got a beautiful performance lined up with Beyond Vocal, very talented a cappella band, and we've got a few friends of Hyundai, and we're just really looking forward to bringing the Christmas spirit to life a little. It's been such a hard year for all of us, and the Christmas festive period, it's really about spreading the cheer to those less fortunate, and we're really happy to be a part of an initiative that can be doing that.
Rabone, what is the Snake Park Community Relief Project and what is your role there?
Our role in the community is to provide relief to everyone, whether it be old people, children, whoever needs help, they know to come to us.
You're a very important part of the community. What does a donation such as the one that Hyundai has given mean to you?
Oh, thank you so much, Hyundai. Your donation means a lot, and we appreciate it, and may you continue to do this for us and others. Especially now, it's almost Christmas, so at least whatever they get, they'll be able to enjoy this Christmas, and so they'll end the year with a little something nice. Yeah.
Mimi, we are here to celebrate what Hyundai is doing for the community. What do you think about their donation?
I think it's amazing. The fact that the entire staff got involved in giving back is really, really amazing, and it's commendable. You know, too often we see corporates putting money out of their budgets, but now they got the entire team and every single one working here to be a part of it. So really, really, really happy.
You know, it's Christmas time and they've wrapped up the Bedford View dealership as a gift. You know, what do you think of all of this?
Oh my word, I wish I could take it and capture it and take it home. Honestly, wish I had a big present like this and I could take all the cars inside, but I think it's really, really amazing. It stands out on the highway when you come off on Buren. Love it.
Leanne, you're considered a friend of Hyundai. What brings you to such an event?
Oh my gosh, just working with the brand in this past year. I love what they stand for. I love what they do. And they're just bringing the Christmas spirit back to SA, and I needed to be here.
When Hyundai called you out today, what were you expecting?
I was expecting, you know, good vibes. They always come through with the positivity. They always come through with like chicness. So I was just expecting a nice, clean, wholesome evening. And that's exactly what they delivered. A great one at that.
Gentlemen are amazing. I was dancing, I was singing, literally took me back home. They were doing Muringo, then they were doing themselves, then they were doing carols. I literally loved every single thing about it.
My favorite part was definitely the performance of the night by Beyond Vocal and seeing the new story. I think most importantly the shape as well as the interior. I think the foldable seats are a thing, yeah.
The last 2 years have been difficult for a lot of people, you know, and festive is something that you should be looking forward to, but no, people don't really have much to look forward to. So them coming on board and helping out, and it's a really good thing.
In any sort of time, you know, just keep your festive spirit alive, and that's what they've shown us, to forge through the unusual times that we've been in and still create ways for people to, you know, get a piece of joy. As you can see, this place is wrapped around as a Christmas gift, you know, just the gift of life. Just remember that you being here is a blessing, and this, just driving past this will just show you that you can be festive even in weird times.
This has to be one of the biggest presents I have ever seen. I mean, a whole building wrapped up and so much joy given to the Snake Park Community Relief Project. Hyundai, thank you so much for spreading the festive spirit. Happy holidays, everyone.
That story is the actual story, the story is incredible, but an awesome way to celebrate the start of a new season. And I think we all need a bit more positivity like that. So congratulations to the Hyundai family on their new addition. We are going to get back in the kitchen in just a moment. I can smell a lot more festive flavors coming to this side of the studio, and Jamie's going to do the duties.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now, all this Christmas cheer is making me excited. Let's see which recipe we're whipping up next.
Yes, bring the family. 100%. Your cousin's coming over. Get the crush and I'll get the ice.
The whole family.
More Crush Milk, 100% refreshing, 100% goodness.
Made with love by Clover.
Let's be real, let's be honest with ourselves. There's a 100% chance of coals and wood being lit for festive braai days. So you'll need some Mzansi flavored braai sides to make it 100% enjoyable. Now we have a chakalaka tart that will delight and impress your guests. Michaela is here, the queen of chakalaka. Are you? Are you?
Sorry, folks, but I'm really not.
You're not, but you are going to be taking us through this recipe, at least.
I'm trying.
You're trying. Anything with chili, you've got my vote.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Here we go.
Chili, lots of onion, and some garlic.
Some garlic. That's a winner. That's a winner.
Yeah.
And of course, the crush, because in case you mess this up, at least we'll be able to crush it with our juice. So I will pour this for us, just in case.
Don't we want that one? No, I'm kidding.
Do you want 6% fiber? Or you can do the orange. I'm feeling a bit of orangey today, so.
Are you feeling orangey today?
Feeling a bit orangey today. I need the vitamins, so.
We're making chakalaka from scratch.
I love that for us.
No, I'm kidding.
Is it your first time doing it? No judgment, no judgment.
Kidding. Could you please start dicing the garlic for me?
Oh, I was going to drink the juice first.
No.
No. So dice it.
Yes, please.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Let's see how it goes.
Why are you laughing? Okay,
to a heated pan, I'm going to add some oil. It's always a good sound.
Yummy, yummy, yum.
Then once you're done with the garlic, I'm going to add that. But you just want to let the onions saute. Boop, boop. And we have a pre-made tart base over here. You could get some pre-made short crust pastry, or you could make it from scratch.
What would you do?
I'd obviously make it from scratch.
Here we go. Good girl, good answer.
What would you do?
Oh no, I'm a convenient person. I would probably buy it. I'd probably buy the chakalaka also, but
yeah,
each to their own.
Everything's slightly better homemade.
And I mean, now's the perfect time to take advantage. I mean, many people are officially on vacation, so you do have time to cook and do everything homemade. So yeah, if you wanted to do that, then certainly why not? Okay, I think your garlic is ready.
That's good.
Are you happy?
Yes, that's fine. Now you can drink your crush.
Now I can drink my crush.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finally. Boop.
Oh, nothing better than onions and garlic. Cool, then while that's busy sauteing, throw in some chili. Boop.
Do you throw in chili first or after?
I usually like to add all my aromatics first.
First? Okay.
Yeah, because it allows the flavor to activate.
Got it. What I'm just scared is if you put the chili in first, you actually are activating that flavor, then everything after that is the bite, which I love.
Yes.
I'm not complaining at all. But for someone that obviously doesn't like the bite, are you into chilies? Are you into
100%.
Yes?
Yeah.
Girl, I love that. Hey, Ashley, I think it's this new hair. I think it's really this hair that's transformed you, because I feel like a couple of months ago, you were not as spicy as you are now.
Do you think? Okay. So I'm also just frying off the curry powder. I completely just stepped over your whole comment right there.
That's what you do. That's what you do. What did you throw in now?
Some cabbage. Some carrots. We have some green pepper.
Yummy. Keeping a nice.
And baked beans.
That's it.
100%. And then you'll just mix it all together and allow it to just saute. And you want to blind bake your pastry. You just want to put a piece of like wax paper in it so it doesn't stick, and put some either uncooked beans or rice, or baking beads if you have those. You want to bake it at 180 degrees until it's kind of like just cooked, and then remove the paper and let it continue going until it's golden brown.
And this really is like the perfect side for any braai, because you can prepare it, you can then just leave it, let it chill. Would you serve this warm or do you serve this cold?
Oh, or you could do either or.
Either or.
Yeah.
Your own preferences, really.
Do it the day before, maybe.
And then, of course, we're going to be adding our 100% goodness crush as part of this dish. Now, you get 100% fruity, tasty goodness in every single sip. The chakalaka is one of the best braai sides to be served with braai meat. You have to take it so like with your hand and you have to eat it all together. Again, the tart can be served on its own with a refreshing glass of 100% crushed juice like we're doing right now. And of course, your vegetarian guests will thank you for it because it is perfect for them as well. But this really is, I don't know if I'd want to even add meat to it. I'd eat it just like this.
100%.
Girl.
With the lamb chop on the side, maybe.
That's just what I said now. I'd either have it just like that.
Yeah.
If you wanted to add a lamb chop, you could do that. But I know what you want to do is get your hands on this recipe. ExpressoShow.com is where you can get this recipe. You'll have all the ingredients on how to make it as well, because you want to add that flavor to your next braai. And of course, end it off with a beautiful 100% crushed juice. You're welcome, everybody. We served you today.
Nice. Trick or treat.
Made with love by Clover.
Nespresso welcomes you to a house filled with delight, blooming with flavor and warmth. This festive season, select the perfect gifts for you and your loved ones. Gifts of the forest. Nespresso, what ounce?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We are chasing the top of the hour and about to get into those news headlines. And of course, in just a moment, Link Worship are going to be performing for you. I'd be happy to just listen to them sound check for the next 3 hours. But yes, they will be performing for you in just a moment, so don't stray too far. But right now, let's get those local news headlines.
Thank you so much, G. The time now is 7 o'clock, time to have a look at those news headlines. Starting on the national front, the city of Cape Town is once again continuing its successful implementation of tagging minors through its IdentiKids project. The project requires parents as well as caregivers to register their children when they arrive at a beach. Now, so far, some 30,000 children have already been tagged this festive season with identifying wristbands. 7 children were reunited with their parents after getting lost on beaches along the Cape coastline. Of the 7, 2 were separated from their families at Strand Beach, 3 at Strandfontein, and 2 at Muizenberg. Then staying on the local front, South African pear growers have finally gained entry to the Chinese market and will soon begin exporting pears there for the first time ever. Last week, the Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, together with the Chinese government, signed the pear protocol 6 years since South Africa began exporting apples to China. Hortgrow, the governing body of the South African deciduous fruit industry, said it had experienced tremendous growth in exports to other Eastern nations and was happy to now also supply Chinese consumers with South Africa's delicious pears. Then looking to news further abroad, Australian researchers are conducting a trial to establish whether squirting a blood thinner into the nose could offer protection against COVID-19. The nasal spray uses the cheap drug heparin in an attempt to neutralize COVID-19's spike protein. When sprayed into the nose of a COVID-infected person, it appears to make them non-infectious. The trial will not conclude until mid-2022. Now, if effective, it could be used with vaccines. Researchers hope the spray could help as an early treatment and as a nasal mask to stop the virus from spreading. Then staying on the international front, a government minister in Madagascar swam for 12 hours to safety after his helicopter had crashed at sea during a rescue mission. 2 security officials traveling with him in the helicopter also survived. The team had been scouting an area in the northeastern part of the country where a passenger boat had sunk. At least 39 people succumbed in that tragedy. On Twitter, President Andry Rajoelina mourned those who had died and also paid tribute to Gel and the other 2 officers. And then lastly, more about a young lad that just never would quit. Now, from the toughest of beginnings in South Sudan to becoming a pioneering pulmonologist in Joburg, Dr. Emmanuel Taban has just been voted Africa Person of the Year because he has achieved so much and traveled such great distances, literally and figuratively. Born in a mud hut in Juba, later the capital of independent South Sudan, he was abducted by Sudanese troops at the age of 16 and tortured because they thought he was a rebel spy. He escaped wanting to go home, but took a wrong turning and subsequently embarked on foot on a perilous odyssey via Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, Mozambique and Zimbabwe to Johannesburg. He's deeply grateful to the Comboni Catholic missionaries in Johannesburg who gave him both accommodation and financial support to attain matric and study medicine at Medunsa. Eventually, in 2018, he became a pulmonologist, a lung specialist at Wits, and he fought COVID-19 on the front line, contracting it himself. And he discovered a groundbreaking new way of treating extremely ill, hypoxemic COVID-19 patients, many of whom were dying. So let's doff our caps to our continent's amazing Person of the Year. Well done to you. On that bright note, that is where I leave your 7 o'clock news headlines. We will be back on the top of the hour. G is standing by with another look at the sports.
I have to add my voice to Jamie's to say congratulations to Dr. Taban. We had the pleasure of interviewing him on the show. What an incredible human being. Indeed, Africa's Person of the Year, and such a lovely person as well. Well, on that very positive note, let's get back into our sporting headlines this morning. And we start with local football. Kaizer Chiefs, they continue to fly high. They claimed a 2-0 win over Maritzburg United in one of 6 PSL matches yesterday. Victory moving the Amakosi up to 3rd place on the league standings. At the they now end the year with 3 wins from their last 4 games. An incredible run. Stellenbosch, they started the day's action with a dramatic 1-0 win over TS Galaxy. And Chippa United and Sekhukhune United, they couldn't be separated. 0-0 the score there. While Golden Arrows fought back very hard to hold Swallows FC to a 2-2 draw. Then Baraka FC edged out Royal AM 1-0 as they ended their 12-match winless run in the division. Perfect timing. And then SuperSport United, they beat a 10-man Cape Town City in what's become a very fierce rivalry. 3-2 the scoreline there. Then a little further afield for some cup action as Liverpool came from 2-0 and then 3-1 down to ultimately beat Leicester on penalties to advance to the final 4 of the League Cup. So the Foxes scored the first 2 goals inside the first 15 minutes before Oxlade-Chamberlain then brought 1 back for the hosts. James Maddison then restored the 2-goal cushion. That was just before half-time, before Diogo Jota, who's been in incredible form lately, made it 3-2 before Takumi Minamino netted the equaliser in the 95th minute, in fact, to take them to penalties. And then Coleman Kelleher, he saved 2 spot kicks to see his side through to the semis, stepping up. Much more straightforward for Chelsea, though. They beat Brentford 2-0, and then Spurs joined their London rivals Arsenal in the semis. That was after beating their other London rivals 2-1 in the form of West Ham, getting some revenge there as well from the league. So the semi-finals will see Liverpool up against Arsenal and then Chelsea tackling Spurs, an all-star lineup. Now, news in cricket. Australia's Marnus Labuschagne has displaced England's captain Joe Root to claim the world #1 test batter spot. That following his incredible run of big scores in the ongoing Ashes series at home. So the South African-born batter scored his 6th test century and followed it up with a 51 in that second test in Adelaide to help Australia take a 2-0 lead in the 5-match series against their arch rivals. The 27-year-old, who started the ongoing series ranked 4th in the world, scored 74 in the hosts' opening win in Brisbane, and then his average of 62.14 is second only, in fact, to the famous Don Bradman's legendary mark of 99.94. Doubt anyone will ever get there again. And that's, of course, amongst those who have batted in 20 innings or more. And then finally, more news already coming out of Formula One, despite the season just having come to a close. So it looks like Mick Schumacher is going to combine his race seat at Haas in 2022 with a role as Ferrari's reserve driver. So Ferrari and Schumacher back together again. The 22-year-old German will share the Ferrari reserve position with former Alfa Romeo driver Antonio Giovinazzi. Giovinazzi will resume the role assume that role in 12 races throughout the season, while Schumacher will then fill in for the other 11 when the Italian is racing in Formula E. And Schumacher's race seat at Haas will then be taken by Brazilian Pietro Fittipaldi, as the German was needed by Ferrari. Then a reserve driver stands in for the regular drivers if they are unable to race. But this might paint a picture for a future partnership once again between these 2 great names. And that's where we leave our sport for this hour. Let's get another weather update and some of those temperatures you can expect today.
Thank you so much, G-Man, for that sports update. Now, of course, we've already been in space this week, but this morning we're going deep underground, literally. A female of a newly identified millipede species named Eumillipes persophone has been found almost 60 meters underground in a mining region in Western Australia. Now, this is where scientists discovered an elongated millipede with more legs than any other known creature. The pale-colored millipede has more than 1,300 legs in an elongated body, almost a meter long. The previous record holder was a California millipede species with about 750 legs. Previously, no known millipede actually had 1,000 legs, despite the name millipede meaning 1,000 feet. Appropriately, its scientific name is Eumillipes persophone, which means true 1,000 feet, and Persephone is a reference to Greek mythology, where the queen of the underworld had that name. Virginia Tech in the US, entomologist Paul Merrick was lead author of the research published in the journal Scientific Reports. And then from creepy crawly discoveries down under, we look to our skies for a bit of relief for anyone needing something a little prettier to look at. So Maya Conrad from Weinberg captured this breathtaking shot overlooking the entire area, showing off those stunning warm tones stretched across the sky. Another one came through from Tashveer Chanda from Greyton, who shared this picture-perfect shot, showing off the color gradient transitioning from night to day perfectly. And that is how you start your Thursday morning. But right now, here is a second look at the temperatures for this Thursday. If you are out and about in Polokwane, do expect a low of 16 today. That will peak at 28. For you, Umbombela, it is a range of 19 to 28. Pretoria, do expect a minimum of 19. That will peak at 27. And for you, Johannesburg, it will range from 13 to 24 today. Mahikeng, sunshine is coming your way with a low of 13 and a high of 29, as well as Klerksdorp can be seen with a range of 13 to 30. Kimberley, for you, it is a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 27. And then thunder showers are coming your way today. Bloemfontein, that will range from 12 to 24. Richards Bay, 100% chance of rain today. That will range from 19 to 26, as well as Pietermaritzburg can be seen with a low of 15 and a high of 21. Durban, for you, it is 20, 24. Mthatha, 14, 19. East London can expect an 80% chance of rain today. That will range from 16 to 19, as well as Craddock can expect thunder showers coming your way, ranging from 13 to 21. Gqeberha, for you, it is 16, 20. George, 15, 17. The mother city, Cape Town, can expect a low of 17 and a high of 24. And if you do find yourself in Worcester today, expect a range of 15 to 25. Sutherland, 10, 20. And then last but definitely not least, Uppington ranges from 18 to 29. Whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, make sure it is a feel-good kind of Thursday indeed.
I always love connecting with my boy. Grant Hydes is in the house. He's already revealed a brand new game, which I think a lot of people are going to love ahead of Christmas. But now we're going to start talking about tech, and in just a moment get into renewable energy, because the time has come. We've got to make the shift, and there are some very exciting new advancements. We'll get into those in just a moment.
Nespresso New Virtuo, with a single touch and innovative technology for a generous crema and unique moments to share. Virtuo, standards are meant to be broken. Nespresso, what else?
Comply with the POPI Act by decommissioning your company's IT assets as safely and responsibly as the biggest banks, insurance and auditing firms. Universe Direct is South Africa's largest distributor of refurbished IT equipment. From our factory to your door, anywhere in the universe, direct.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Ah, we love it. Now, we didn't play the music loud. I'm so sorry.
Like it was usually I'm dancing.
I had it in my head, in my heart. So hopefully you feel it in your heart right now.
Hope everybody else at home
was awesome, and it got us typically pumped up to talk about energy. So there is obviously a very well-publicized global energy crisis at the moment, and we are seeing the tip of the iceberg, excuse the pun here, with what's happening with our energy provider here in South Africa. Well, the exciting news is that there is a lot of innovation in this field. Specifically, renewable energy is getting a lot of attention. I like to think that the last 3 years have sped up everything.
Yes,
that we are,
and this is a global thing. I think we just see, because we've had electricity problems. We don't know about the blackouts in LA that they've been experiencing.
Yeah.
We've seen how the petrol crisis and the energy crisis in the UK has got people like queuing up. We need to start thinking about energy in a completely different way.
The time for denial is past. Yeah. That's the bottom line. And the glory is, according to earth.org, there are some very exciting new moves in that space. So fill us in.
Yeah, so one of my core beliefs is that electricity in the past was usually served by one or two different solutions. And I think a lot of people still hang on to that idea that electricity has to come from one or two different sources.
Given to us.
Yeah, well, different sources. You know, like we think it just has to be coal, or it just has to be one thing.
Yeah.
But if we look at the trend now, it's diversifying across many different ways to generate electricity. And that is possible.
Share that load, yeah.
You can share that load across an entire network and across a bunch of different services. And we've even seen the benefits here in the Western Cape, because we've got a lot of renewables here, more so than most parts of the country. And it's already helped us step down when we do load shedding stages. So if it's stage 3, up in Gauteng, you'll find that it's generally stage 2. And it's not just because of how the municipalities run. It's because we've, for many, many years, have invested in renewables, and that's carrying a lot of the weight. And if we start thinking about this in a different way, it'll be great.
Well, I think accessibility, to cut it in there, seems to be... I remember when the idea of solar energy first hit in South Africa, everyone was like, wow, this is amazing. It's only going to cost you about 85,000 rand to install a solar panel on your roof. Go for it, you know? Are we going to see these kind of solutions become more accessible?
They are, and I think it's because of the way the energy crisis is going. So solar is projected by the year 2024 to become 35% cheaper than it is now. That's a significant bump.
It is, yeah.
And that's only going to improve the more people adopt the technology. And also, a lot of arguments against solar has been its efficiency and so on. We've covered a lot of ground in the last, that's usually an argument from the 90s, and that people still believe this old myth's tale that it's just inefficient. It's much better than it ever has been. And even the way we consume electricity has become more efficient with LED globes and so on. So that's really exciting. The other one is onshore wind capacity, and this is expected to increase by 2024 to 57%.
Wow.
We've seen a lot of, fortunately, South Africa is actually quite up there. We've invested a lot in this kind of technology.
We should, man. The wind pumps. If you think between Namibia and the Western Cape, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We could service the entire continent with the amount of wind that we have.
And this is one of the primary ways that the Western Cape, or at least the West Coast, is generating a lot of its electricity, is by having invested in these turbines many, many years ago. And because they're so effective, we're going to see an increase, but 57% is nothing to shy about.
Yeah, no, that's massive.
I think a lot of the country can benefit from it. So we'll see a more of that. Another one is by 2024, we're going to see a lot more hydroelectric plants going up. There's a rise by 9%. It doesn't sound like a lot, but you have to have a lot of existing infrastructure.
There is already quite a lot of existing infrastructure in that space, a lot of projects that just need to be activated.
Yeah.
One more. Geothermal capacity.
Yeah, so geothermal capacity is similar to hydroelectricity. So hydroelectricity works with a big fan, and the water goes from a high dam to a low dam. It goes back and forth and
it
generates
drives that turbine around.
Exactly.
Okay.
So thermal capacity is very similar, and this is going to increase by 28% by 2024, and that's using the heat of the Earth.
Use the planet itself.
So there's a huge ball of heat in the middle of the planet, and it's going up, like it's going through a turbine up, which is great, and it's charging in turn, spinning that and creating
a
lot
of
of
engine.
Exactly. So
really is.
so that's becoming really popular in especially areas where the crust is
we have access to that.
Yeah, which is very close to the surface.
You've made me so excited about where we're going with a future that hopefully will start to answer these big questions. And I love the fact that at the moment there's nowhere to hide. So we know about the issues that are facing us, and it feels like we've pulled our head out of the sand, and now we're actually using the sand to create energy in the future. Grant, that's actually inspired me, and it's got me feeling a lot more positive about a space that has been for the longest time very negative. I love the fact that we as South Africa can help to lead that charge.
It's all about sustainability this morning. Now get this, the world's first ever virtual reality museum of plastic recently launched at the UN's Climate Change Conference of the Parties COP26 in Glasgow, UK. The Museum of Plastic comprises of groundbreaking creative commissions that bring together art, science and digital technology and takes a positive stance on a pressing issue that could have a major impact on our shared future. Take a look at this.
We created a virtual museum of plastic. And a virtual museum is exactly like a normal museum, but in the virtual world. You have to imagine a museum that you can walk in from your computer, from your tablet, from your phone. If you have the goggles, even better, because it's very immersive. You can walk into that museum and see the artwork. Some have come from real life, but some have been created in that digital virtual museum. The museum is meant to raise awareness around plastic pollution, but also give hope for the future. What is the future? What are the interventions being done for plastic to be tackled and dealt with? The main goal of that Museum of Plastic, and because people can chat with each other, is that we can have experts that are hosting panels there, so that you, me, someone else can attend those conferences. And together we can speak about climate change and the way to tackle climate change.
To create an artwork that was demonstrative of choice. So in the composition there's two penguins. The one on the left is unfortunately trapped in a piece of plastic, so that's kind of representative of our current trajectory where we don't really take the environment into consideration when it comes to consumption. And then the one on the right is a lot more colourful. He's kind of coming to the rescue of the other one, and that's more symbolic of our potential to change our choices when it comes to plastic and waste, and hopefully repair our relationship with the environment. As an artist, I kind of seek out projects like this because the environment is something that I care about a fair bit, so it was a really good fit for me. I use nature a lot in my work, and this is a great opportunity to kind of work with a brief that I was so passionate about. I'm very conscious of plastic waste in my everyday life, so it was really nice to have the opportunity to bring it live through an artwork.
The collaboration happened because we were doing murals within our community that was focused around ocean awareness and the cleanliness of the ocean and about recycling and things like that, and that is how we kind of got involved. The involvement of murals in my community and the awareness of single-use plastic is very important. Reason being because we all survive off the ocean, and we also have a motto that water is life, because we need the ocean to survive basically. And that is why it's so important to create an awareness about single-use plastic and the consumers using single-use plastic, because when we do the cleanups of the ocean, we actually collected 2 tons of single-use plastic for last year alone. So it's very important to create an awareness around how to pay for these type of things.
Really great to have the opportunity to then take the mural and then put it into a virtual reality space and build an environment around the piece. So if you're a viewer, you're not only taking in the artwork, but then you also get more immersive environment where you can kind of turn 360, and pieces from the artwork are kind of like pulled out and moved around you. So it's a very interesting experience, and also I like that it's fairly innovative. Like that's the way we're going with technology and art these days. They're kind of merging a lot.
as you walk in the museum, there are different rooms and they speak about different subjects like industry, science, the past and the future of plastic. And it's incredible to see how the artwork explains the vision of the future. You really walk into a different world as you tackle and go through each room. I see the Museum of Plastic tackling one issue, which is plastic. But my hope is that that museum will grow and we can speak about the different issues around climate change and we can make it a global, worldwide museum.
Oh, that is amazing. It's, you know, it's so great to see how art is really being embraced to drive meaningful change in the world. We love seeing it. Of course, you can visit the Museum of Plastic 2121 through the Curate Tours app, which is available for Oculus Quest VR headsets and Windows PCs. You can, of course, be part of that change.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is your feel-good breakfast show, everybody. Now, of course, this festive season is all about hassle-free, and one thing you also know about me, convenient. And it's all about convenient cooking as well. Now, Woolies has done the work so you can actually just enjoy the time with your friends and family. Chef Clem is standing by to show you the easiest Christmas braai menu by making easy-to-cook beef rump roast with stuffing and pineapple barbecue corn ribbits. It's going to be lekker. So, Chef Clem, do your thing.
I like that you said it's all about convenience because this festive season really is all about convenience. You chill, you take it easy, and you just like enjoy the time with your family and friends. So, also, get out the kitchen, like light the fire.
Bye.
Oh no, okay.
No, not me, no. Not me. I'll go leave.
At home. Viewers at home, this festive season, leave your kitchen, just like go outside, start the braai and to prepare like this feast. And you can do it in under an hour, which I love, absolutely, I think that's amazing. So let's talk about our first element that's gonna go on. It's our beef rump roast. It's got a barley and mustard stuffing, and then an apricot balsamic glaze on the outside. And the thing about this roast, when you do it on the fire, it just takes up so much more of that like smoky flavor. It just becomes so, so delicious. So, Here we go. It's been marinated already for you, and we know we love that because that way you know there's a lot more flavor inside there.
And again, the winning word for the day is convenience.
Do you know how convenient I've made this festive season? I literally went online and did my online shopping with Woolies Dash. I didn't even have to go into store, and they just brought it.
Are you cooking for Christmas?
I am. Are you cooking for Christmas?
No, I'm not. We got someone to cook for us, for the family. So literally, I'm just waking up Christmas and going to church, and then the food will come. However, if I was hosting, I'd probably go this route because I do not wake up at 4 o'clock on a Christmas morning to make food.
Yeah.
There's something about it that's like, no, girl,
But
I
there's
just want
also
to
something
sleep.
nostalgic about, like, as a kid waking up and at like 6 in the morning, you already smell like what's going to be on the plate, on the table for the day.
It is, but I'm a bit more new school than that. I can't sacrifice sleep the one day, because obviously we're all working up until the 24th.
Until tomorrow,
So Saturday morning, I still want to get a young sleep in, to be ready for Christmas. Because it's going to be a long
Did
day.
Jesus sleep in when he was born on Christmas Day? No.
Thank you, Jesus, for your sacrifices, but even it's me.
Okay, someone took my bin, so that thing's on the floor. Careful. If you're going to make this in the oven, what I really like is that they actually give you the container to use it. Because Woolies gets, like, when it comes to the festive season, the last thing you need is another dish that you need to wash. So this is amazing. This is really great. I've even gone as far as actually using this, cleaning it out, and then doing like a pot bread vibe thing, but not in a pot. Obviously, I just did the bread in here. It's so delicious. So these are awesome. Love these.
Or
Next thing.
that could be for your barakat home when, like, someone doesn't come with their own Tupperware and you don't want to give your Tupperware, you can give that as well. Put
You
foil
give
over.
them that, yeah. Also, guys, 2020 now, this festive season, if someone's inviting you to a bride, you come with the frozen meat, they're sending you home with your frozen meat. We've spoken about it. We had a meeting about it. Yeah.
Is that Braai Etiquette 101 from
101.
Chef Clem? Thank
Okay,
you.
Right, so the next thing, the corn riblets are really, really delicious. I love this because when you actually think about corn, when you normally do the little tiny dice, but when you do it like this, it's different. People like still holding it like at length and eating it like that. These are really, really delicious. Again, everything on the braai. Keep the vibe outside, okay? Let's get that on there. This is going to get nice and smoky and charry. Don't put the glaze on anything at this stage because you're going to burn it.
Okay.
So let the meat, the corn do its thing, get nice and charry, and then the glaze goes on afterwards. Things are looking good, smelling good. Okay, can you please...
I can.
I'm going to say slice or chop or whatever you want to do with the apple. It doesn't really matter. But the thing is, when it comes to salads, the most important thing to remember is texture. If everything is the same size and same like little pattern, little shape, it gets very boring.
Okay.
So what we've done is we've taken some fennel and just used a veggie peeler and just cut little ribbons out of it. If you can just get creative with the apple. I mean, if you're going to do a rose, an apple rose, if you want to do like apple star. Okay, actually, I was joking, but I'm not joking. Here's a cool thing. So I
was going to do it sliced.
No, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. If you want to get a little creative this festive season and you're preparing your salads and your fruit salads especially, those little cookie cutters that you have at home that you use for like the biscuits, like the little hearts, the little stars, the little Christmas sock, whatever you've got, you can actually use those to press the shape out of fruit, which is really cool. And then we don't waste in this kitchen. Whatever you have left over just becomes a juice. Boom, done. Just looks special, is special. So, okay, our rump roast is looking good. What do you want to do with this rump roast? Normally when we do beef or steak on the fire, people say to only turn once on the fire. That's not true.
It's not true. You heard it here first. Chef Clem said it's not true. You can turn it as many times as you like.
So that's very important because this is a nice thick piece of meat. You are going to want to turn it quite a bit. And it doesn't only have two sides. You can see we've got on the one side. We're cooking the other side now. Turn it on the shorter sides as well to make sure you get a real serious crust. That crust on the outside, even if it looks a little dark to you, it's not. That's a big piece of meat, so the inside's still going to be very protected. The outside's going to have serious flavor. Okay, apples are looking good. I've got the rainbow slaw and some celery. You can pop that into your bowl. Pickled red onions. These are amazing just to have in the fridge because we always talk about adding lemon juice to food to bring out the flavor, but the lemon juice is an acid, and that's all that it is. It elevates the food. The pickled red onions have the acid in there, which is the vinegar.
So this one first?
Yeah, so add that to your salad. It's going to give it a nice little sharpness. Then these little bottles of dressing, okay? Absolute lifesavers. They're the perfect size for a salad. And again, I'm just not wasting. When I'm done with these little bottles, I rinse them out and I do the little shots. Remember the leftover fruit that we have left from our stars?
Yes.
Right? So you're going to make that juice and then pour them into little individual little bottles and you sort it. Cool. We're done, guys. It is so simple. Okay, you're dressing and then you're good. Have you got something to mix in?
I do. Do you know what happens now when I go into Woolies? I'm like, what would Chef Clem buy? And it's literally like you in my head and saying like, buy that dressing, buy the glaze, buy the smoked paprika, because you just taught us so much this year. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Are our gift for Christmas. I'm going to put you under my tree, a picture of you under my tree, because I know.
That's it, guys. Also, prepare before Christmas. Don't get caught on the day and then start running around. So stock up on everything that you need, so when it comes to Christmas Day, you are absolutely sorted. No stress. This is the convenience festive season.
There we go. This literally took less than 2 minutes to make this. I love that for us. I love that for you. Woolworths.co.za is where you can get your hands on that recipe. A beautiful beef, a beautiful rainbow salad, and those corn riblets. I mean, what's better than that for Christmas lunch? You're welcome, everybody. It's served. Yeah.
It's time now to elevate the spirits just a little bit. We are being joined this morning by members of the Link Worship Group from the Link Church, and they're an amazing group of people, and they are so talented. They're going to be immersing us in their mood of praise and glory throughout the show, and they're going to kick us off with J.D. McMillan's own track, in fact, and this is titled Rain. Take it away.
The prophecy, the word became flesh in him. The stone is gone. He's risen from the grave. His kingdom here for all. God here with us, Emmanuel has overcome. Took back the keys, he set us free. He rules in love right here, right now. And the stone is gone. He's risen from the grave. His kingdom here for all. God here with us, Emmanuel has overcome. Took back the keys, he set us free. He rules in love right here, right now. Shame no more. The sons and daughters lift your voices, holy roar. Salvation comes forth, the Roman church will rise. Christ alone, our cornerstone, he reigns. Oh, he reigns. Oh, our God reigns. He alone is our redemption, worthy of our praises. Oh, our God reigns. He's alive and always faithful, our King forever. Our God reigns. He alone is our redemption, worthy of our praises. It's our God reigns. He's alive and always faithful, our King forever. And on the third he rose, alive to give us hope. Death is now done for all.
Some people just choose to experience life the normal way, while some choose to experience life the red way. Some just stream content, and some really get immersed in it.
Some want to be connected, but we really got the plug that makes things easier.
Some say they've got your back, but we really have your back. It's a first, not just for us, but for everyone, so that you never miss a chance of being connected.
Switch to a new Vodacom Red plan, and let's go further together. Experience Red and unlock more this summer. Further together, Vodacom.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yep, he's back to delve into another game. This could be the game, in fact, that sets the tone for all games. It's time to find out more. The Matrix Awakens was released at the Game Awards and is here now for us to have a little gander and to see what's possible in the very near future of video games.
Well, I wouldn't call it a game, per se. I'd call it like a tech demo, kind of. So it launched with, obviously, The Matrix has come out. It's called The Matrix Awakens, and it's using an engine called the Unreal 5 engine, which is the next generation of game engines that are coming out right now. It's the same team that work behind Epic Studios who do Fortnite, for instance. They're the ones who are in charge of the game engine that runs the game. And I want you to see this. I want you to see this.
Show me, man.
How great this actually looks. I want to see this on the screen because you're going to see that some of that's actually virtual, so that's not really Keanu, which is really cool. This is all in engine. So there's a difference between gameplay and engine. That is real footage of Keanu. And then you'll see that it will cut through to some footage of him inside the game, which is great. We're reaching a level of like gameplay that is so real. I think we're one step off. You'll see a little bit later that like I can kind of tell what's real and what isn't still from this demo, but as we were chatting about backstage behind the cameras, that they're really nailing the real-world environments. So that's obviously real footage from the game. On the right is a virtual Keanu, and you'll see he's going to like talk into. Okay, that's also virtual, which is wild.
Is it bad that I just want them to fight each other?
Look, that's actually not really Keanu Reeves. That's
what?
Yeah. That's really Keanu Reeves. Can you see?
No ways.
But I don't know if we were able to skip forward a little bit in this demo because I just want to show you some of the streetsies, the action stuff, because that to me is really impressive. There's a lot going on in these cityscapes and environments, and you can zoom out and go quite far. And to create a world that's really, truly immersive is really the goal of every video game designer out there. So they have a section, here we go. This is all in engine. So the car physics, the characters, the actors, the car accidents that are happening, the way the cars react to other cars, the lighting, ray tracing, there's something...
Transferal of energy, man.
Look at this. And it feels like you're in the movie. This could be a scene from the film. If you're watching this at home and you're mistaking this for a scene in the new Matrix movie, I completely understand. But it's actually literally the video game. And look at how they've managed to... There we go. Like, particle effects are really great. One of the things that's really hard to get in modern day game design is the way like polygonal objects are generated at draw distances, which means that the buildings in the background, the things that are happening the furthest away from you are harder to render because you want these complex shapes like buildings and so on. Look at a jacket; it's full of like little spikes and so on.
The shift in focus is brilliant. It looks like film come to life. This is the crazy thing. So I'm struggling to understand. Is this driven by the film franchise wanting to capitalize more? Is this driven by the gaming?
It's actually okay. I'm gonna get really excited here. It's a little bit of both. So the Unreal Engine is a video game engine at its core. So this is literally an interactive demo.
The next PlayStation will have that kind of.
Well, we're seeing this in games that are happening right now. So we're going to start seeing Unreal Engine 5 being adopted, but it's being used more and more in film production, like TV studio sets and so on, because it's rendered live. One of the big problems that we have when it comes to film is that you generate something in 3D, like if you're making a Star Wars movie, but you've got to then render it over time.
Yeah.
But if it's nearly real time, like a video game is real time, you're playing it and things have to render real time.
They're creating those real time backgrounds using.
Yeah, so you can build sets. So there's a show called The Mandalorian, which is a Star Wars driven show. They're pioneering this. They've got these massive LED LED screens that go around them, using Unreal Engine 5 and rendering the background.
As
So
it
you
goes,
can, so the set is actually coming out of nothing, which is, and you can literally have the set designers have their laptops on set and go like, we need to make the studio green, we need a forest, and then, you know, there's armor and shiny bits like with the actors, and that reflects off what's happening in the background. It's just, so it is being driven a little bit by both, and because of that, we're seeing this exponential growth in like what is possible with video games and interactive storytelling. It's very exciting.
And what is possible with film, buddy. So let's reinforce that right now. That is fantastic, and you've got me excited. I now understand how big this is, because it follows a narrative, a story that's been building for a while. In fact, since 1999. Take you back to that moment when Morpheus first asked Neo the pivotal question of whether he would take the blue pill and return to everyday life, or take the red pill and discover what lies behind it. See how deep the rabbit hole goes. So audiences were enthralled by the cinematic innovation and mastery of the action-packed world of The Matrix. We had never seen anything like it before, and 2 decades later, we are being thrust back into that fantastical world in The Matrix Resurrections, with many of our beloved characters and some new ones coming in as well, with action being a central mechanism that's used to drive the narrative for this entire cast. Thankfully, the Kung Fu we love, and it's led by the iconic Keanu Reeves. Obviously, with all of his roles, he's proven this. He dives headfirst into delivering intricate Kung Fu sequences in this space. So let's find out a little bit more from this incredible cast themselves.
No one does mayhem like Lana Wachowski.
Lana's all about the action. She's right in there with us, making sure that we look badass in every frame. You gotta see it to believe it.
Massive sequences with cars flipping, and explosions everywhere.
Pillars being destroyed, punching holes in walls, car chases, helicopter attacks, huge fight scenes.
And then the Kung Fu.
I still know Kung Fu.
Action is a way to express character. And so to have the opportunity to be trained and to go through these action sequences that are so emotional and have so much part of the story was a gift.
Oh, yeah. They taught you good.
I wanted to be as good as I could be.
With all the action, I really look to Keanu as a teacher. He's so gifted in this genre. His mastery is just really unbelievable. He's so good at finding the arc of the fight.
He never phones it in. His dedication to it is insane, especially when it comes to the stunts.
He's so excited about what he does. It's hard not to be as excited when you're working along someone like him.
This is the best thing I've done in a long time.
The action has been taken to another level. I mean, 2 helicopters flying down a street in between office buildings, cars flipping. Awesome.
It's such an incredible experience. Sometimes I just pinch myself. I can't really believe it's happening.
People said, you can never do that. You can't take actors and train them, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. Yes, we can. That's what The Matrix is about.
Oh, buddy, it's there, man. I would say don't read any reviews. Go and see it for yourself. The Matrix Resurrections is out in cinemas nationwide. And whether you're a gaming fan or a movie fan, it looks like this franchise is going to deliver. And a little bit later, we're going to be getting into the Gaming Awards.
Yes. Which is really exciting. That's where the Matrix Awakens was announced. And I'm a huge Matrix fan, so let's get virtual.
We're going to take the red pill, my friends. We absolutely love it. In just a moment, we're going to get way behind the scenes and maybe inspire you with some of the Kung Fu moves, some of the amazing martial arts that Keanu had to lean on for this incredible role.
can be fine.
We're going to be doing that right now, in fact. Well, as you heard, Keanu Reeves makes a return to the Matrix franchise as Neo 18 years after last playing the role in the Matrix Revolutions. Despite the almost 2 decades between the 2 movies, Reeves has kept his skills sharp through a number of other roles that he has had to prepare for in that time, such as John Wick. Now, a large portion of the training for the Matrix Resurrection was martial arts based due to the number of fight scenes in the movie. Now, here to take us through some of the more basic maneuvers is Chief Martial Arts Instructor at Shorinji Martial Arts and Fitness Center, Ian Aronser. Ian, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Sherry.
Welcome back to you. I see you brought the team this time.
Nice being back.
I did say it's very basic maneuvers. I have never done anything form of martial arts before, so take us through it.
Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to do a bit of pad work over here.
So you can grab the pedals. You came prepared, fully kitted out for this one. Yes, girl power.
Put the left leg in front. We go jab cross, jab cross, jab cross hook, jab cross hook, double jab, double backhand, jab cross hook, jab
So
cross
Ian,
hook.
what are you doing right now?
Okay, so it's just different techniques. We've got, so she goes there. Okay, she goes jab cross. Okay, so she's got a front hand and a back hand that she uses as a jab and a cross, and she's got her hook that she can do. She's got an uppercut. She's got a jab cross.
Oh, she's got
and
an
she can use
uppercut,
an elbow. She can use an elbow also as a strike. So she go jab cross, elbow, jab, jab, elbow, jab, elbow, jab, elbow.
And how often do you guys train?
Okay, we actually train thrice a week normally, but we've got classes run through the week, so yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Only Sundays we off, so.
Because I just saw that you were all actually like warming up, and I said, do I need to warm up for this? He said, if you don't want to hurt yourself, you have to train. So obviously this is incorporating the body. You really have to be very physically fit. So as we see, Keanu Reeves really had to go through a transformation in order for him to prepare for the Matrix, right?
Yeah, so we do a lot of training. We do a lot of functional training. So if you want to call it maybe like CrossFit type training, like a lot of battle ropes, medicine balls, and so a lot of conditioning. So we do a lot of that, yeah. So
and this one's warming up as well. So we obviously started with the basic ones. This one is a bit more elite. If you wanted to do something more physically challenging, then we'd do another training session.
yeah, so let me just demonstrate it then quickly.
Okay.
So just stand there. So we just do shadowing here.
I'm scared. I'm legit scared. I'm like, I don't want to catch any of these punches.
Okay, nice go. Nice go.
Wow.
Okay, we go jab cross hook. Jab cross hook. Jab cross hook.
You do not want to get on his bad side.
Go double jab, backhand, backhand, double backhand. Okay, jab cross, bob and weave and hook. We go jab cross, bob and weave and hook and cross. Here you go. Jab cross, bob and weave, hook cross. Nice, we go on to. Okay, nice. Okay, just go here.
Wow. Okay, so we're getting bigger pedals out now.
Okay.
So this one is a bit more.
Let's go with roundhouse kick. Nice, go again. 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 Okay, nice.
How much anger do you need? Because I feel like after this year, we all need to go through a training session like that. Because does the sound also make you feel like you expecting, because I'm like, ha, wah, da.
It's how you breathe.
Okay, so how you breathe.
That's the exhaling. It's like if you go to gym and you're picking up weights, then you're actually breathing out, and that. So the exhaling. So that is just the sound comes with it.
How long has he been training with you?
He's been. How long have you trained with me now?
Maybe on and off for about a year.
A year, and already just packing punches like that. So if I wanted to get involved and maybe just start out with a martial arts class, where would you take me? How would you start me off with a basic training?
Okay, so yeah, we just like with the actual physical exercise and that also we do like the push-ups, but at a very low level of intensity and that. So we'll do sit-ups, push-ups, different things and that, and then techniques and that also, like I showed with her. Now you'll do your basic how to the travel.
Okay, maybe show me how to do that. Maybe
okay,
show me the
put
start.
The left leg in front. So we'll have maybe your first punch would be your jab, which is off your front leg. So it'll be a jab and a cross. Okay, so that would be your jab cross.
Jab cross.
And then you've got uppercuts.
Uppercut.
You've got hooks.
Hooks. Do you always start on your left side?
Yeah, yeah.
Got it. So jab.
So we go jab cross. You can go uppercut.
Uppercut.
Or hook. Or you can go there as jab and elbow. And then we've got knees also.
I like the knee one. I like the knee. I saw what he did there. I was like, yeah, got it.
And then things that's a little bit more daunting is we've got different kicks. So we've got a knee kick. We've got a roundhouse kick. We've got a X kick, which is get leg on that way, which would be just So
Yeah,
this would either be, it would either land on his head or it will land on his collarbone over there. So when I'm over here, I'd get my, I'm that way, and it would actually, to break his collarbone over there. So it'll be from here.
Please don't do it. We don't have medics on duty. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And then we've got also, just specifically, we've got the other kicks also. So let's say he kicks to my leg. He kicks to my leg. I'm going to check. And then from there, I can spin and kick in that way also. So, and then the other one also go again. Okay. And then from there, I can jump and spin. Okay, nice.
Wow.
Okay, so those are some of the
base movers. I want us to focus again on those routines because I really like the flow of that. So
it's always your guard is up, so your fist is by your chin, protecting your ribs and protecting your face over here. So you're neutral. This is your neutral position. So getting your hand up to cover your head. Okay, so from there it's jab, cross, uppercut, hook. Okay, or you can go double jab, two of the front end. We go a double jab, cross, uppercut, and cross.
Oh, and cross.
Yeah, so you can mix up the combination. So over here, if I were kicking to your front leg, you can check, can land, kick with the front leg, and then with the back leg.
And you really have to be so stable in your core and your legs because this is keeping you centered here. If you are rocky, they could just kick you out and you'd pass out.
Yeah, everything, all the, just hold the pad quickly. All the power that comes through your hand is actually generated through the floor. So when you're standing with my foot on the ground over here, if I don't have a good base, it's like I always explain it like a willow tree. You know, willow tree is swaying around, but it's anchored. So let's say he's got his up over here.
Get out.
So so it's a jabbing cross. So I'm going just from here, and I got to be totally relaxed when I'm doing that. So it's just getting my body going. Just going. Okay, and then maybe with a kick and that also, it's just a so kick I want to get.
Ian, I will never get on your bad side. How do people sign up for these classes? How can people get hold of you?
Yeah, I've got a website. It's www.shotangy.co.za. And also if you Google Shotangy or you Google Ian Arendse, then it'll bring you there also.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for coming out and showing us how to do it. Again, never will get on your bad side. Shotangy Martial Arts. Ian Arendse here to let us know how to get into shape for that matrix. Let us know what you thought of that workout. Expresso Morning Show on S3. We have more magic coming your way after this. Simple as CBD should be.
Hungry?
Wolf bags. My dad has a certain way of doing things.
Dad, hoe gaan dit by die werk?
Our Monati connects the family with unlimited home fiber from $3.99 per month.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Coming to you just a few minutes past 8 o'clock. It's time to get back into those national news headlines. We start here in South Africa, where the South African Post Office will open for extended periods to accommodate beneficiaries of the South African Social Security Agency, or SASSA as it's known, COVID-19 350 Rand social relief or distress grant. Our Post Office spokesperson Johan Kruger said branches would remain open on weekdays and Saturday mornings during the festive season. Most branches would be closed on Sundays and public holidays, but selected post offices in shopping centres would remain open. And Kruger added, and he urged beneficiaries to use their ID numbers as a reference and to wait for an SMS before flocking to the branches in person. Then the city of Cape Town is once again continuing its successful implementation of tagging minors through its IdentiKids project. Now, the project requires parents and caregivers to register their children when they arrive at a beach. So far, some 30,000 children have already been tagged this festive season, which is brilliant. With that identifying wristband, 7 children were reunited with their parents after getting lost on beaches along the Cape coastline. So it's already proven its worth. And of the 7, 2 were separated from their families at Strand Beach, 3 at Strandfontein, and 2 at Muizenberg. Now, casting a wider gaze on the international news front, Libya's election commission has called for the country's first presidential poll, due to take place tomorrow, to be postponed for a month now. Now, it's proposed the 24th of January as a new date after liaising with Parliament. And the Parliamentary Committee had earlier said that it would be impossible to hold elections tomorrow. The run-up to the poll has been marred by disputes over the eligibility of candidates and growing security fears. Libya has been in turmoil since long-serving ruler Colonel Muammar Gaddafi was overthrown and killed in 2011. Then Australian researchers are conducting a trial to establish whether squirting a blood thinner into the nose could offer protection against COVID. So the nasal spray uses the cheap drug heparin, in an attempt to neutralize COVID spike protein. When sprayed into the nose of a COVID-infected person, it appears to make them non-infectious. Now, the trial will not conclude until mid-2022. If effective, though, it could be used with vaccines. Researchers hope that the spray could help as an early treatment and as a nasal mask to stop the virus from spreading. Now, let's close it out with a beautiful story. If you've ever wondered where Santa Claus actually resides, well, it is Rovaniemi in Finland. It's currently visited by thousands of tourists from across the world. The reason? Well, the picture-perfect Arctic village is Santa Claus's HQ, baby, and where his reindeer are also trained. So here you find a multilingual Santa conducting important day-to-day business of meeting thousands of adoring fans and spreading that general Christmas cheer. Some 500,000 visitors, in fact, flock here every year. Kids can buy a certificate with his signature on it and a picture with him as proof that they actually met the only real Santa in the world. However, for those who can't make the trek to Finland, there's always letter writing, and every year more than 500,000 children write letters to Santa's official post office. It's a real functioning post office with a special Arctic Circle postmark even. And to date, the village has received mail from 198 different countries. A global village indeed. But the ultimate thrill is a reindeer sleigh ride with the man in red himself. So if you've been a good girl or boy this year, you may even see Santa on Christmas Eve delivering his gifts all the way from Rovaniemi in Finland. And on that very Noel note, that's where we leave our news headlines for today. Let's get back into the sport. So let's kick it off here on local shores, where Kaizer Chiefs claimed a 2-0 win over Maritzburg United in one of 6 PSL matches playing out yesterday. So that victory moves the Amakosi up to 3rd place on the league standings for Christmas as they end the year with 3 wins from their last 4 games. Stellenbosch, they started the day's action with a pretty dramatic 1-0 win over TS Galaxy. And Tipper United and Sekokuna United couldn't be separated, 0-0 the score there, while Golden Arrows had to fight back to hold Swallows to a 2-2 draw. The Baraka FC edged out Royal AM 1-0 as they ended their 12-match winless run on the division. Perfect timing to do that. And then proving to be quite a rivalry these days, Supersport United beat a 10-man Cape Town City in a 5-goal thriller, 3-2 the final score there. Then staying with football, let's move to cup action abroad. Liverpool came from 2-0 and then 3-1 down to beat Leicester on penalties to advance to the final 4 of the League Cup. So the Foxes scored the first 2 goals inside the first 15 minutes before Oxlade-Chamberlain brought one back for the hosts. Then James James Maddison restored the 2-goal cushion before half-time. Then Diogo Jota, who's been in incredible form lately, he made it 3-2 before Takumi Minamino. He netted the equaliser as late as the 95th minute to take it to penalties. And then Coleman Kelleher, he then saved 2 spot kicks to see his side through to the semis. Much more straightforward to Chelsea. They beat Brentford 2-0, and then Spurs will be joining their London rivals Arsenal in the semis. That was after beating their other London rivals 2-1. That, of course, in the form of West Ham. So the semi-finals will see Liverpool up against Arsenal and Chelsea taking on Spurs, an all-star affair. Now on to cricketing news. Australia's Marnus Labuschagne has displaced England's captain Joe Root to claim the world #1 test batter spot. That following a run of big scores in the ongoing Ashes series at home. That as Australia continues to dominate as well. The South African-born batter scored his 6th test century and followed it up with a 51 in the 2nd test in Adelaide to help Australia take a 2-0 lead in the 5-match series against their arch rivals. The 27-year-old who started the ongoing series ranked 4th scored 74 as the hosts in their opening win at Brisbane, and then his average of 62.14 is a world beater. In fact, it's second only to Don Bradman's legendary mark of 99.94 among those who have batted in 20 innings or more, which is likely to stay intact. And then finally onto Formula One. Season's ended, but the news is coming in thick and fast, and it looks like a Schumacher and Ferrari connection will happen again. So Mick Schumacher will be combining his race seat at Haas in 2022 with a role as Ferrari's reserve driver. The 22-year-old German will share the Ferrari reserve position with former Alfa Romeo driver Antonio Giovinazzi. Giovinazzi will assume the role at 12 races, while Schumacher will then fill in at another 11 when the Italian is racing in Formula E. Schumacher's race seat at Haas will then be taken by Brazilian Pietro Fittipaldi. The German was needed by Ferrari. Just so you know, the reserve driver stands in for the regular driver if they are unable to race. And that is where we leave our sport for today. Let's take a moment to get one last look at the weather and some of those temperatures we can expect here in South Africa.
Thank you so much, Graham. A sad news on the weather front, though, is that a massive hailstorm in KwaZulu-Natal yesterday led to the N3 highway near Pietermaritzburg being blocked off, and road users were advised to drive with caution. The heavy hail during the thunderstorm lasted for about half an hour and damaging vehicles as well. Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Department spokesperson Senzelwe Mzila said due to the hailstorm, widespread incidents had been reported in Pietermaritzburg as well as surrounding areas. He said disaster management teams had been deployed to conduct assessments as well as provide necessary relief to the affected areas. Now, meanwhile, a yellow level 2 warning was issued for disruptive rain over the eastern parts of the Eastern Cape, as well as in places over KwaZulu-Natal, resulting in flooding of roads, settlements and low-lying areas, traffic disruptions, as well as danger to livestock and livelihoods. And of course, our thoughts and prayers are with all those affected by these crazy weather conditions. Then from weather news to sunrise views, we of course have the regular sunrise images shared by the Expresso Facebook page. To recap, now Martin Pavkovic from Amazon Toti kicked off our morning with this peaceful view overlooking the ocean before many others seemed to be up and about. Another one came through from Nancy Govender from Pennington, who captured a somewhat overcast morning showing off some stunning rays of light that is cast by the sun from behind the cloud cover. And then at 7 a.m. Sumaya Conrad from Weinberg captured this breathtaking shot overlooking the entire area, showing off those stunning warm tones stretched across the sky. And then last but definitely not least, Tashvir Shanda from Greyton also shared this picture perfect shot showing off the color gradient transitioning from night to day perfectly. And again, that is how you start your Thursday morning. Right now, here is a final look at the temperatures for today. For you, Polokwane, it is a low of 16 that will peak at 28. Thunder showers are coming your way today. Umbombela with a range of 19 to 28. For you, Pretoria, your minimum is 19, peaking at 27. And if you do find yourself in the city of gold today, Johannesburg, do expect a temperature with a low of 13 that will peak at 24. Mahikeng, for you, it is 13.29. Klerksdorp as well, ranging from 13 to 30. And then thunder showers are coming your way today, Kimberley, with a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 27. Bloemfontein, for you, it is 12.24. Richards Bay, your temperatures range from 19 to 26 with a 100% chance of rain. And then for you, Pietermaritzburg, do expect rain as well with a range of 15 to 21. South Africa's playground, Durban, ranges from 20 to 20 24. Mthatha, for you, it is 14 19. If you do find yourself in East London today on this Thursday, do expect a minimum of 16. That will peak at 19 today. Cradock, 13 21. Gqeberha, for you, it is 16 20. George can also be seen with a low of 15. That will peak at 17. And then the mother city, Cape Town, ranges from 17 to 24 today. Worcester, 15 25. Sutherland, 10 20. And then, of course, last but definitely not least, Uppington ranges from 18 to 29 on this Thursday. Whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, make sure it is a feel-good kind of day.
We are loving having these incredible human beings here in studio. They've brought such a wonderful energy and, of course, some incredible performances. Now, Ash Behrens is about to take center stage for the Link Worship Group with a track that she wrote herself. And from the sound check, it's going to hit us in the feels once again. Expect the tears to roll, but this one should really uplift you. It's good. Take it away, guys.
You are good, you are good, and you are good, and that is enough. Your voice holds truth, your promise too, and I'll hold on to all that you are, 'cause you are more than enough. Overcome it all.
Yamkela.
Summer is as endless as you want it to be this getaway season with your Marriott Bonvoy Stay Longer on Us promotional offer. Get 20% or more off standard room rates when you stay 3 nights or longer at participating Marriott hotels across this magnificent land of ours. To find the participating Marriott hotels at your dream destination and just how good things get when you stay longer on us. Book now on emea.marriott.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show as the festivities get even more festive, in fact. Oh man, we have made a lot of winners this week and we're going to continue on that trend right now. We are back with our Nedbank Green Mystery Box Challenge and we're about to hopefully make someone's day. So we asked you guys how you've improved your money choices to grow your finances this year. And our next caller sent in some rock solid advice for all the parents out there. So we had to get in touch with her to share some of that advice. Yamkela Mpini, hello, good morning, how are you?
Good morning, Graham. I'm fine, thanks, and how are you?
Oh, very good. All the better for talking to you because I think all of us have been under financial strain this year and we need a good dose of sage financial advice. And we love the advice that you put out. And of course, that's already won you 1,000 Rand. So congratulations for that. But I would like you now, please, if you can, explain to our viewers how you've improved your money choices this year.
All right. I've improved my money choices this year by opening an educational policy for my children, which ensures that every year I have access to it so that I can buy stationery and uniform. It's definitely the best way in which I've made my savings grow. So come January, I won't have to worry.
And it is. I'm a parent as well, and my boy's getting to that age now where we've got to get him prepped for school. And people, I mean, we joke about it, but that getting ready for a new year, and it sets the tone for the whole year. So you don't want to start with that pressure and that anxiety. So I get you. That's brilliant advice. I'm certainly going to take that on board. So that was enough to earn you 1,000 Rand. Right now, we are going to potentially double your money. So we've got 2 boxes on screen, box 1 and box 2. In one box is 500 Rand. In the other box is 1,000 Rand. So Yamkela, I need you to pick one of the boxes for us. Is it going to be box number 1 or box number 2?
Box number 2.
And box number 2 has won you, drum roll please, 500 Rand. Congratulations. 1,500 Rand is on its way to you. I'm sorry I couldn't double your money, but 1,500 is still a nice little extra injection at this time of the year. What are you going to spend the money on?
definitely I'm going to add it on to whatever I'm going to get from the educational policy and top up on more stationery and educational items.
You are just so responsible, it's blowing my mind. And I love you for it. You've set such a beautiful example this morning. So enjoy it. What are your kids' names?
It's Likemba and Manasseh.
Send them lots of love from the Expresso family and all the best for Christmas, for the new year. I hope you have an absolutely blessed end to this year.
Thanks, Graham. You too.
Oh, man. Today, guys, is your last chance to enter and stand a chance of winning up to 2,000 Rand. So please head over to our Expresso Facebook or our Twitter page, and then using the hashtag NedbankGreenChristmas, tell us how you've made better money choices this year to grow your savings. And this could be your chance to win. So enter, and let's make your festive season a little bit more merry. And for all those terms and conditions, as always, you can head to our website, expressoshow.com.
Never think 100 Rand is just a clipper. It's a fresh fade or prepaid electricity. It also gets you a gold credit card from only 40 Rand per month, and you still get change. So, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously? Get a Nedbank Gold credit card that helps you afford more.
Congratulations, we still are winning big with Expresso this morning. Now, of course, it's time for some festive flavor in the kitchen with AEG. We will be making the most delicious peri-peri chicken cooked to juicy perfection, the perfect festive lunch or holiday dinner. Now, of course, AEG has been spreading the festive flavor and bringing joy this season with the hashtag AEG Festive Flavor competition. Now, we have Sibusiso Dlulisa from Gqeberha on the line right now. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, ma'am, and you?
I'm good, Sibusiso. It is 2 days before Christmas, and I am the bearer of good news. Are you ready for it?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
I want to say congratulations to you. You have just won yourself 10,000 Rand. Sibusiso, it is all yours. 10,000 Rand is coming your way, all because you just commented on the competition post. How are you feeling?
I'm so excited, ma'am. Do you know why I even woke up at 2 a.m. today waiting for you?
2 o'clock, it is well worth it, my friend. You have won yourself 10,000 Rand. Thank you so much for waking up that early. We're not even awake that early. I mean, it's 2 days before Christmas. How are you getting into the festive spirit?
Man, there's a lot in the place. I'll be visiting a beach. I will be doing braai. You know, everything that is fun.
Live your best life. You deserve it. It's been a tough year for so many people. But we saw from your post that you'll be trying some new recipes these holidays. What exactly are you going to be making?
You know what? I've got a book here. So I will be directed by this book. You know, I recently received it. I think it was 2 weeks back. So I'll be trying those recipes.
I can't wait. Please do send us pictures if you are going to be making some fun recipes that we would love to see as well. But I have to ask you, what are you going to be doing with your 10,000 Rand winnings from AEG?
Yes, you know, I don't have a microwave. I will buy a microwave, a new one. And I've got an old stove here. I think I will buy the new one. Oh. Definitely. You know?
Congratulations again. I'm sure that your 10,000 Rand from AEG will go a long way to create much flavor in the kitchen. Again, congratulations. Well deserved. And now go and sleep, okay? Because you've been up since 2 o'clock. Go and sleep, go rest.
Thank you.
Aw, that was so amazing, Sibusiso. G-Man, come on in. Doesn't it feel amazing? Doesn't it feel amazing? I feel like Santa's little helper, giving away 10,000 Rand.
I know, we've given away so much over this week, and I'm so glad. I'm still trying to recover from the performance earlier that just blew my mind. But I love the fact that so many people are getting an opportunity to have just a little bit more cheer, like just joy over this time, because we've deserved it. We've earned it, man.
We need to give it. And I think we can bring some joy in the kitchen as well with this peri-peri chicken.
Heat, girl.
Do you want some heat?
I want a little bit of heat, man. So
we got it for you.
This is really simple by the looks of it.
Definitely.
So what are we doing?
We're doing peri-peri chicken. So you're going to start with the chicken. You're just going to season some salt, some pepper, some olive oil. I'm going to be creating the peri-peri. So we have some smoked paprika.
And the oil, like when you oil your meat beforehand, it does actually help to transfer the flavors everywhere and also get a nice crispier finish. So it does actually really aid the...
And again, rest. We always talk about resting meat. You can do rest.
You meant me, I must rest. Oh, okay.
No, one more day, G. So smoked paprika, some sugar, some chilies. We use 3 chilies, but of course, depending on the flavor profile that you want. Is it you or Raul that can't stand heat? It's Raul. I know Raul can't.
Look, I drip like sweat from every pore when I eat it, but I love it.
Love it.
I love a hot...
But you're a KZN boy.
Hey?
Joburg boy. Joburg boy.
Born in Cape Town, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Born in Cape Town, but travelled a lot, so
yeah, and born in here, bred in Joburg and KZN, boarding schools, so I've been everywhere.
Everywhere. Some garlic in as well, some lemon juice, and then some white vinegar. And that's
lovely, and I think that's the base. You've got a little bit of everything. You've got the sweet, obviously you've got the garlic to add that extra punch of flavour. And you've got the heat, and I like the fact that we're using bird's eye chilies for this one. That, for me, my favourite flavour profile of a chili is definitely the bird's eye. Because of the right amount of heat to me.
For some reason.
Oh, but you don't understand. So now you talk about heat. So I will hopefully be in my future father-in-law's house pretty soon. And what he loves to do is welcome me with one of his curries. And he's got an allotment where he grows his own habanero chilies and such. And he makes it so hot to prove a point to me. And no one else
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
You think that's
I
because you want
the last time I sat alone in the dark with a sweat towel around me to prove a point that I was going to eat this curry. So I've got to brace myself that it's coming, you know?
It's a test. It's really just a test to see if you can handle the chili, you can handle my food, you can handle
the daughter. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, here we go. So you're going to let this marinate. Of course, if you have time, you can actually just let it rest. But if not, you can just pour that over.
I think, yeah, you're definitely right, Jay. The longer you can let these flavors steep into the meat, the better.
You put it in.
Absolutely beautiful.
To your dish, about 30 minutes in the oven, 180 degrees. Boom, you get that crispy, crunchy, juicy chicken in the middle. And there we go, peri-peri chicken at its best. And then,
like fresh salad or sauce.
Some rice.
Ooh,
so they can get
rice.
That
Someone's eating the carbs again.
I mean, listen.
Absolutely beautiful. I love the fact I'm sweating a little bit just smelling the chili off this. Not too much heat, but you can find the recipe on expressoshow.com.
And yes, we are all very excited to challenge the expected with AEG this festive season. Now, guess what? Guess what, everybody? What? We still have one more lucky 10,000 Rand winner to announce on Expresso. So tune in tomorrow because we could be calling you live. And who knows, you might just walk away with a 10,000 Rand.
Why not order from your oven? With precision, raise your standards and make it matter. AEG. Challenge the expected.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
So here's a little secret. Grant swallowed a bug earlier.
Why did you say that on TV? I don't know if you noticed in one of the earlier inserts, I was like really struggling to keep literally a fly flew into my nose.
How you kept that
You've been doing TV way longer than I have, and you've got stories that I can't talk about here.
But I've never had a fly through my head ever before. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Well, that's
it. Came out my mouth. It came out my mouth.
Crazy. What a pro. But of course, his real pro job is in the gaming space. So for him, I would imagine this is a massive high point. Another year, another round of the Game Awards. And here's everything that we need to know about what happened at the Game Awards 2021. Where do we even begin?
So first firstly, for those of you who don't know who the Game Awards are, it's like the Grammy Awards or the Academy Awards for video games. Jeff Keighley,
the big one.
One of my biggest like idols in the industry. I want to be him. Okay. He hosts it every year. It's his project, and it's just giving back to the gaming industry as a whole, rewarding and awarding the best games that have come out that year in different categories. And it's also a good gauge as to like what you should potentially be buying over Christmas, or what you should be looking at getting if there's anything that you've missed.
Trends,
yeah, so which is really good. So let's kick it off with the Game of the Year.
Is this the big one? Is this like the movie of the year? Like this is like the biggest award?
Yeah, the Game of the Year is the biggest game that came out, and we played it on the show. Amber and I played it together on the show.
Oh, sweet.
Live. Oh. I don't know if you remember. It's called It Takes Two, and it's a game where you play basically a married couple that become toys, and they have to sort out their marriage problems
together like
by working cooperatively. And we did it on the show live, which is very cool. And it's why I like the fact that it won Game of the Year is that it's a smaller game, it's not as flashy, it's a more impactful game.
Think of who it's up against, the message that it sends, that you can have games with meaning, not just great entertainment value, but meaning behind what they're doing. Love
and it's just really great art direction. And it's actually a game I think that the whole family can play. Especially it helps children develop a great EQ and also shows the value of working together for parents with they can sit
your
down
kids
and
can understand you a little bit better as to what goes into being a parent. I love that. Okay, best game direction.
So the best game direction goes to a game called Deathloop. I actually told you off air this is a game that I think
I need to buy. Okay,
you should be going.
I'm going to get it.
It's designed by Bethesda. They are the famous people behind Skyrim and all those big titles. And it's got a very interesting motif. It's basically this: you are a prisoner that is reliving a virtual experience in this world, and you relive the same day over and over again, like Groundhog Day, but you learn things as you go along.
Sure.
And it's got really cool, like steampunk art direction.
I was going to say, I love the graphic.
Yeah, it's very cool, and I highly recommend it. It is a game for adults. I wouldn't recommend this for kids, but it's a really interesting game.
Really one that the adults can sink your teeth into. Love that.
Yes, very great action, very action-packed. And best narrative. It was a game that we've recently done on the show.
Exactly.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a game that I feel like it was pretty good. I think it was more impressive than I thought it was going to be. But it's also a game that I'm not particularly excited about. But if you love story-driven campaigns, being able to play,
characters that you know, and love.
Star-Lord, and tell Groot where to go, and get into that story.
It delivers for a Marvel fan. It looks like it.
And
really
winning
does.
best narrative also just goes to show that they really leaned into telling a really good story as you play through the game.
Because they couldn't buy that honor. It had to be bestowed upon them by their peers.
Exactly.
That in itself is pretty cool when you think of how much Marvel has paid for its success in the last decade, you know?
Exactly.
I love that.
Best indie game.
Best indie game, and this one should be interesting because we've seen some pretty cool indie games you've reviewed, and we've reviewed some pretty amazing games.
Yes, this one's a bit contentious for me because, I'm not too sure what an indie game is anymore. Because back in the day, an indie game used to be like three
Complete
people
unknown,
just making something in a garage.
From their basement,
but this is a game we've actually also done on the show. It's called Kina.
I remember doing this,
Yes, Bridge of Spirits. And it's this, I think it's more a vibe. It's more artistic. I think that's what they're thinking of when they say indie. Remember, indie music as a genre, right, is a fully fledged genre that you can find on your streaming platforms and whatever. So now I think it's the same kind of thing with gaming. Indie gaming is kind of like a genre of gaming that is like indie music. But it looks a lot like a Pixar film. And remember, it's just this really great story with this you play this girl who goes through this fantastical world, overcoming monsters, and it's a beautiful fare. And we played it. Also a role-playing game, a lot of action-packed ranking up, and also great for the whole family.
Yeah,
it's one of those games
love
that you
that
play with everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm very much on that theme. So best indie game, let's get down to
your favorite.
Because it's got to be one of the most competitive in this. It's been a good year for sports games.
It has been. It's been a very busy year for sports games. We've had great NBA. If you look back at everything that we've done on the show, NBA, Cricket 22,
the whole history of NBA.
FIFA was actually really good this year, but overall, the best sports game ended up being Forza Horizon 5, which we also did on the show.
We had a whole little game thing going on, and I was terrible. I was the worst player at the best game of the year.
You can own that title. It's just really beautiful what they've managed to put together, and it's a very compelling racing game. It keeps you really interested. I'm really not into racing games, and I found myself playing this game a fair amount, and it just goes to show that just by adding a fresh take on an open world racing game, making the game a little bit more interesting.
But you didn't want to play Call of Duty. You want to play Forza. What's going on?
Am I becoming a dad?
Are you
Am I choosing games for dads? No.
The posture's starting to shift, buddy. It's happening. It happens to the best of us, man. Brilliant stuff, dude. You've worked hard today. Thank you so much. You've even eaten a fly for us. That's what he will do.
Flew into my nose and out my mouth. That's what happened.
It was emancipated. But this is really exciting stuff. Some amazing games. What's that? The one that I'm looking for, Deathloop. What have you gotten excited about after hearing about the new games on the horizon? Let us know on our social pages.
I'm excited because I'm giving you more chances to win this morning. Now, of course, we are about to get some tails wagging, courtesy of Buringer Ingelheim. We ran a competition for 4 pet owners to each win a hamper worth 700 Rand. All you had to do is go into our social media, but we asked you to send in a cute photo of your cat or your dog and tell us why treating your pet against parasites is important. We were flooded with the most adorable pictures we couldn't even choose. And now it's time to announce our winners. G-Man, get in here, come in here, because you're the official hype person.
You know, I take 30,000 pictures of my pets every day. I take videos of them, my poor pets, so I cannot wait to see other people's pets.
Do you put it on your WhatsApp status?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's
but you know, if you look at my Insta right now, you'll see my gorgeous little puppy's face. Absolutely love it. Well, let's get into it then. Should we meet our first winner? Can we have a drum roll, please? It is Kavita Trico! Look at that!
Aww.
Beautiful. So this is what Kavita had to say. She sent us this beautiful photo of her cats, and she said these are her rescued cats, Trico and Ruru. They love spending time indoors and outdoors, so treating them against parasites with Broadline is important to keep the fleas away, keep them happy and healthy. Love it. I've also got a rescue cat. Best way to go.
That is definitely a WhatsApp picture, for sure. Okay, are you ready? Our second cat, Mom, winner is... Can I get a drum roll? Picture. Now, she sent in this adorable photo and says, this is Ben and he is the most lovable cat in the universe. Ben sleeps everywhere, as you can see, so that's why it's so important that he's well cleaned and parasite free. Yeah, Ben is even sleeping in the kitty's seat, is that?
Yeah, no, my cat also loves it. Car seats, anything that she can get into, she loves it. Well, a very big congratulations to Kavita and Malika. You have both won yourself those hampers with 700 Rand, filled with all sorts of fun accessories and, of course, the protection that you need. Broadline, spot-on treatment to keep your fur babies happy and healthy. So well done.
Okay, so now we did the cats. It's time for our doggy winners. Our first winner is... Can we get a drum roll, please?
Yay! Well done, Kristen!
Look at that! She sent us a photo of her good girl, Luna, and said Luna is a super sociable Yorkie and loves to go out and engage with other dogs. So that's why we're always concerned about parasites and like to make sure she's her happy, healthy self at all times. Luna's got a face. Luna's got like a...
Oh, no, she's ready for it, man. She's game. Little Dana. She's even got her mask. She's even got her buff.
She's ready. She's ready.
Absolutely beautiful. And then one final drum roll, please, for our final winner is... Jenny Aries! Introducing King Rex. Look at him. Beautiful family photo. And she said, this is King Rex, our happy bull terrier that we adopted 5 years ago. He loves sleeping in our bed, of course, so keeping him parasite-free is super important.
I know a daughter. That's so funny. That's Lauren Aries. We used to dance together back in the day. Yeah.
Did you do the splits as well? Show us how you do the splits when you used to dance.
Keep quiet. Listen, we're going to keep their congratulations going because congratulations to Kristen and Jenny as well.
Guys. That is brilliant.
Wow. You are both winning a NexGuard hamper worth 700 Rand, filled with those cool accessories and, of course, NexGuard Spectra for your pups to keep them protected against all parasites. We hope you love your prizes. They certainly will. Just in time for festive.
Oh, for pet parents, absolutely perfect for the festive. So thank you so much to all of you who had entered. We loved looking at your beautiful pet photos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So keep them coming. In fact, to make sure that you keep your pets healthy and protected against parasites all year round with NexGuard Spectra and Broadline Spot-On treatments. And you can shop both products very easily online at petheaven.co.za.
And of course, we hope you and your fur babies will have a very merry festive season.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, it is a feel-good breakfast show, and it is time to experience Red and unlock summer with Vodacom's Red plans and amazing giveaways. Now, switch to Red and enjoy a free one-night stay at any Protea hotel by Marriott. Of course, there are so many travel experiences one can enjoy with Vodacom Red. We asked our viewers what their favorite summer travel memory was. Let's take a look at some of the answers that we received. Now, the first one is from Blessing Sitole, who said, my favorite travel memory is when I visited my grandfather and my cousins in Vryheid in 2019. That was my first time seeing them in almost 10 years. It was very good and emotional, I can imagine. That is one of the most priceless memories I would never trade. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Blessings. Beauty Marokane also said, my favorite summer memory was when I went to Umhlanga Rocks Beach in Durban and enjoyed it with my friends. It was the breeze and the environment that brought refreshment after almost a year and a half without going out, as I was protecting myself from the virus. This is my favorite summer travel memory because I enjoyed every little detail, from people social distancing to swimming and chilling at the shore. This was really the best time of my life and would really love to go again. Well, go again. Durban is always a vibe. We had another one that came through from Rosanna Twigs Governor that said, my favorite summer travel memory was back in 2015 when my friends and I decided to take a trip to Cape Town. It was an all-girls trip. The food, the company, and the laughter will never be forgotten. We shared a special bond that will never be broken. Oh, that warms my heart so much. But I have to announce that entries are officially closed for the Vodacom Weekend Away competition. So make sure to tune in this Friday, which is tomorrow, to find out who our lucky winner is. It could be you.
Switch to Red. Enjoy a free night stay at any Protea hotel by Marriott this summer. Further together, Vodacom.
So we're back in the kitchen one last time. We've been having a lot of fun looking for some African festive-inspired treats this morning. We are searching for something that's going to be put an African spin on our festive treats. And shuku shuku certainly fits the bill. It's a sweet-tasting Nigerian snack that has now found its way to many other neighboring countries. And here in Mzansi, we are about to embrace it. And it is really easy to make. And we're going to be finishing it off with some of our favorite Clover Bliss ready-to-eat dessert. We're going to drizzle some of that on top, and I'm going to call in my aficionado, Jamie Lee Domberg, you've got absolutely nothing to do, really, I think.
Shuku,
The shuku. You're going to do the shuku while you make the shuku. So this is really, really simple. I kind of feel like you can drink this if you want. You can pour yourself a glass. It's up to you. There's not much going into this, which I love. It's really simple and it's easy, and it's flavor profiles that I like. So we've got our icing sugar. By this stage, you would have preheated your oven to 180 degrees. We've got our desiccated coconut. We're going to put it in.
The first time I read that, I said designated coconut.
Well, it is designated. It's designated for this dish. It's desiccated and it's then been designated. So both apply, and then a little bit of vanilla essence along with our 2 egg yolks. Just get those out of the way. And this one you are going to have to get a little bit dirty. I feel like it should be a bit wetter, but you want to try and mix in as much as you can.
I think maybe you use too much of the desiccated. You should have designated only a little bit.
You confused me. So this is in essence how we're going to do it. And it's relatively simple to form these guys into beautiful, sweet little coconut ball shapes. And then
pop it into,
get it into your crumb. And try and get a little, I suppose you could even do like a double dip if you really wanted, but that's looking simple, beautiful. It's going to be all soft on the inside and crunchy on the outside.
Yum, yum.
And there we have it. So I'm going to keep creating these guys, and I don't know if you want to.
That was so simple.
That's what I'm saying.
You didn't need me at all. I was just standing here to hype you up. I was your official hype girl in the kitchen.
You were there to help us establish
Go G-Man. Go G-Man. Yeah, shakshuka.
So what I really suggest you do, I think you deserve a taste test, is to...
I will get in there.
Get our Clover Bliss and... drizzle it over. So what I'm going to be doing, once I've got all of my little balls rolled out, it goes into the oven for 15 to 20 minutes, as I said, at 180 degrees. Just want them to look all nice and crispy on the outside.
Okay. I'm just going to drench it with all of this.
No, you must.
My mouth is watering already, just looking at that. That looks so yummy.
So good.
Okay. I'm ready to try it.
Okay.
Okay. And then I want to dip it more. It's going to never have too much chocolate.
Okay.
Here we go. It's nice and warm as well.
Ooh. I heard that crunch. I heard that. And?
This is not real. This is not real. This is so...
You've got to do the chuku dance then if it's that good. I'm going to have to come across and taste it.
Chuku.
So, by now you've got the drill. You just keep...
That crunch is great. Again, because it's nice and hot. That custard, the custard is just beautiful. That chocolate melts into it. Yeah, you have to get in this. This is amazing.
Okay.
That coconut as well is so great. I want to... Okay, I don't want to double dip.
Okay, wait, let me get one and then... Ooh, beautiful. Thank you, dear.
Sugar. You're going to do the dance.
I'm going to do the sugar.
3, 2, 1. It's going to take over you. It's going to take over everybody. Oh, yes, he is. That's exactly... Yes. How good?
It's not too sweet, which is nice. A lovely texture. I like the coconut vibe.
If a cook sister and a snowball had a baby, it would be this.
Oh, it's a love child of the cook sister. Oh, my word. I can't believe we found it. This is a beautiful way to celebrate Christmas with an African flair. The unbelievably good recipe is available on expressoshow.com, but make sure you finish it off with a very liberal dollop of our Clover Bliss ready-to-eat dessert. It makes it. I'm going in for just a little bit there.
Made with love by Clover.
coconut stuck in my mouth, but I'm going to get through this. We have the final few minutes of the show, and we are back on the Expresso stage once more with members of a Link worship group from Link Church, and they've really been immersing us into a mood of praise and glory and worship throughout the show. Now, next up is Ash Behrens as she performs a track she wrote called Good. Take it away.
It's a song for the nation. I feel there's something new. A people on the move. The dawn is breaking through. Whoa, people, come together. Hey, we see her singing something new. A song in me, a song in you. We see the colors of our land. Oh, people, I see Bambonelli with one voice. Every nation, tribe, and tongue will sing again. With every breath, breathing in the beauty of our land. And with one sound, moving to the rhythm of this ground. It sounds like home, hey, Ikayaletu, hey. And I see you when you see me. The beauty lies in our diversity. So raise our flag and raise it high, 'cause it was in us all along. Who we are, where we come with our voice. Every nation, tribe, and tongue will sing again. With every breath, breathing in the beauty of our land. And with one sound, moving to the rhythm of this ground. It feels like home, hey, Ikayaletu, yeah, Ikayaletu, hey, whoa. Elihle, Asakeni, Sikareni, Ikayaletu, Elihle, Asakeni, Ikayaletu, Asakeni, Ikayaletu, Asakeni, Ikayaletu. With one voice, every nation, tribe, and tongue will sing again. With every breath, we're breathing in the beauty of our land. With one voice, every nation, tribe, and tongue will sing again. With every breath, breathing in the beauty of our land. Hey, and with one sound, moving to the rhythm of this ground. For this is home, hey, Ikayaletu, Ikayaletu, hey, oh, Asakeni, Ikayaletu, Asakeni, Ikayaletu, Asakeni, Ikayaletu,
Come on! What a vibe. The Link Worship, or members of the Link Worship group representing their church, doing something truly special. I've got so much respect for you guys. You have devoted your life to bringing joy to other people's lives, and you've certainly done that for us this morning. So thank you so much, you beautiful human beings. Take a bow. Absolutely lovely stuff.
Kaya Letu Home, that was the song of the nation. And
that feels like it needs to be the next World Cup song, please. Can that be the next World Cup song officially? Absolutely beautiful. The tone of the voice. JD, Ash, thank you guys so much, and the rest of the band. Absolutely beautiful. It's been an amazing day.
It has been. I feel like
Lots of fun and games.
Really felt like Oprah today,
Yeah,
just giving away
today
some
did feel
money. So
pretty
thank you so
good.
much for you guys for joining in. And guess what? We do it tomorrow for the last time before we say Merry Christmas and a blessed festive to you. So tune in tomorrow, same time, same place. We love you. Mwah.
Never forget it. Bye-bye. Yeah, well done, everybody.
Friends are in town, families coming around. Here's to festive celebrations made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.